see dead people. That's surprisingly topical for those of you in the know. My name is Travis Washington, and this is Mystery Titans Theater. It is May the 4th, so we are doing a Star Wars opening off the top here, and that's why one of the reasons why we have our guests here tonight. And joining us, as always, is your buddy. Well, before we get to our buddy Johnny, I want to say the cow that knocked over the antenna has been put down, but I know some of you might be upset, but I want everyone to know that it was done with a lot of malice. Joining us is the Ken Burns of wrestling, the Chief J historian, the third brainbuster, Kelly T. Nelson. Kelly, how are you?
Doing great. I was a little nervous today because it's been pretty windy, but no trees were felled as far as I know that have affected the power.
Yeah, got it back online. And yeah, of course, as I mentioned, Johnny Hedgepeth, who the best. We love you, pal. I hope you're flying solo tonight, but I guess time will tell. How you doing?
No. Well, if you're talking about a certain recurring character, I locked him in his cage today because we've got a lady present.
Yeah,
I can't trust him.
Yeah, I do want to see him later. I think you may have to pull him out in the last hour.
Okay.
So. Well, we'll wait.
See. You never know.
But as mentioned, yeah, we have joining us again here for May the 4th. My podcast partner, both for Obi-Wan series and for Ahsoka, and a fellow co-owner and really funny comedian, fellow co-owner of Boom and really funny comedian, dear friend Marta Wesslehoff. Marta, how are you? Welcome back.
Travis, live long and prosper. Happy Star Wars Day. Mm-hmm. So excited to be here to celebrate you in the TARDIS. What a great day for us all.
Yeah. And here we go. So this is, there we go, Fushi and Onita versus Robot 2 and Robot C2 and Robot C3. And I'd only ever seen pictures of this before.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm really glad to finally watch this. Castle Crotface, I was hoping you'd make it out here today. It says, "What is up, my dudesters? Good to see you again, man."
And these are screen used costumes, correct?
Yeah.
Star Wars films.
Yeah. These look remarkably similar to the ones that I waited in line an hour for to get my picture taken with when I was 8 years old at a mall in New Jersey.
Yeah.
We can't beat these guys. They're Jedis. They just don't understand anything.
It probably hadn't even played in Japan yet. Like, what the fuck is this?
Do we know who the wrestlers were inside the under the nuts and bolts there?
Well, that's Anthony Daniels.
Yes. Yeah, right.
Warwick Davis. Or no, who is Kenny Baker? No, the late great Kenny Baker.
Yeah. Anthony Daniels, who I have here beside me.
Nice.
I brought a small collection of my favorite Star Wars artifacts.
Cool.
In my home.
All right.
In honor of this day.
Nice. I can within reach here. I have a micro machine of the Slave One.
Yeah, very nice.
And I got a couple other pewter figures might be able to grab later, but that's about it. That's within reach.
I got Dr. Doom. Does that count? Are we doing nerd shit?
Nice.
Yeah.
I have a bunch
that's a
in
Star
the
Wars
other
character.
Room.
Yeah. I also have Wedge Antilles.
Nice.
William Riker, my favorite Star Wars character.
There we go.
Yes.
And of course, unboxed, my newest part of my collection, Werner Herzog in The Mandalorian.
Nice. I would like to.
I specifically bought because it's Werner
Herzog.
I
would like to see the baby.
I think I may have to track one of those down.
I've never felt more useless than trapped inside a little box hanging at the Target.
So to answer your question, Travis, I didn't research it. I should have. All I know is that they're luchadors under the mask. I'm not sure which ones.
Crossface says, I think he saw the same droids showed up at the mall in Athens, Ohio. And the Duke says, man, wrestling is so much better in Japan. It's true.
Dude, knowing that Marta was going to be joining us again and this whole Star Wars deal, I looked as hard as I could for Memphis wrestling because I know they had Lord Darth Vader. And I'm sure he wrestled Jerry Lawler in the 70s.
Gotta be up there.
I looked everywhere. All I could find was a picture of the program.
Wow. I was gonna say we did watch Detroit wrestling with Darth Vader,
That's
if
right.
you remember, from around the same time. I think 78. This is 79. That's
Hilarious.
Onita. Is that Onita in the
Yeah.
ring?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have his autographed photo next to me.
It's crazy. Was it Onita and Fuji who did the concession stand brawl, the second one?
I
Yes.
believe so. Yeah.
It was definitely Onita. I wasn't sure if it was Fuji too. So they had some interesting matches over the
Yeah,
years as a
No
tag team.
kidding. Marty, you've got to track that down. Either one
will,
of them.
I
There's
will.
two concession stand brawls from.
No, I think
Memphis.
there's three actually.
Oh, really? Crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
the Onita one's the second one. It's the Empire Strikes Back to go with the theme of the night.
Yeah,
It's
so
it's the
concession
best
stand brawls. Yeah,
Well,
so
no,
it's
the
best.
first one is with the Blonde Bombers, a
Yes.
young honky tonk man, and Larry Latham was one of the Moondogs versus
Spot.
was it Lawler and
Lawler and Dundee.
Dundee. That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
Just trying to do R2 sounds when he gets hurt.
Yeah,
Second one's Ricky Morton and Eddie Gilbert against Onita and Fuji.
right.
And the third one, I can't remember. I think is it the Rock and Roll Express? Maybe. I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Oh, that was pretty. I don't know what he did there.
These Marty, these Memphis concession stand brawls were amazing because they were incredibly violent but also ridiculous. So they're bleeding but dumping mustard on top.
Yes, like nacho
Well,
cheese.
It's a coagulant. You should be using
Yes.
mustard to stop bleeding.
Yeah.
Every hot dog connoisseur knows this. What
Just
year
the
is
one-
this match from?
79, did we say?
79?
78?
Okay.
79.
So they wouldn't have had home video to reference costumes from.
No.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Yep. People are like, I saw the real
This is what I remember.
R2D2 tonight.
Yeah.
I saw
like
That's
R2D2.
a
exactly-
police sketch of it.
R2D2, who had arms and legs.
There's one kid who's like asked later in his life, did you see Star Wars? I'm like, I think I did.
Yeah.
It's way in their subconscious.
Well, it's
R2D2's
for an
like
R2,
6'3", right?
like a human-sized R2. That's not too bad, actually.
Yeah.
That's about as
And see-
convincing. That's about as convincing as those old Halloween costumes you get in the 70s that would have a picture of the character.
Oh yeah, just
on
the
front.
bib,
Yeah.
You know, you'd be the
with a
Hulk.
mask.
You
Yeah,
have a Hulk mask, a plastic one that tore your skin,
yeah,
and a shirt with a picture of the Hulk on it.
right.
Yes, haphazard.
I had
This
a
is-
Chewbacca, one of those.
This is part of Star Wars canon. I just made that joke I sent to Brady, a totally inappropriate picture of like a svelte Yoda with just a monster green hog. And I said,
saw
"Can you-"
that. I did.
and
I
said to Brady, I'm like, can you believe that's canon?
I saw that a half an hour ago. He's with a naked.
Yeah, with a
female Yoda.
naked female Yoda.
It's
yeah.
like an X-rated Frank Frazetta.
Yeah,
drawing.
totally heavy
Her-
metal style.
Her name is Yaddle. I just
Yaddle,
want to put that out
yeah,
there.
Yeah.
She is a Jedi Master, potentially more powerful than Yoda and saner.
Yeah, nice cans too, based on this picture.
Yes,
Well, yeah.
yes.
Oh,
Famous. That is canon. I mean,
well, here
yeah.
we go.
Yeah.
Are the droids gonna job? Probably, I guess.
The droids.
Oh my!
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Oh
And
dear! R2, help me! He's a madman.
These are the droids that they were looking for, but they just took a wrong turn. Obi-Wan wasn't lying. Those weren't the droids. It's these guys.
This is what the Jawas. This is what the Jawas do with them. They illegally ship them to matches.
Force them into wrestling.
Yeah, force them into wrestling. They're
There's
worse
big
than
money
McMahon.
down there. There's big money on this island. Utini. R2D2 versus
Utini
the
Pro
hairless
does sound
Wookiee.
like a.
That's what Crossface says. Utini Pro. I love it. Utini Pro.
Oof.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Spike.
Oh my.
Only a 2 count.
The odds of me surviving this match are
700 to 1.
I love how C3PO is part of the Conquistadors / Golden Terra family.
He's
yeah.
he's definitely related to the terrors.
Head to toe in gold.
Oh,
R2. It's not the legal man. Get out of here, R2. Always. He's reckless.
I love how the photographers in those days would just hang out on the side of the ring. There's no like running around, just kind of chilling.
Yeah. Oh man,
Feel
speaking of
safe.
photographers, that Sky got
Oh,
a shot
man.
of I mean every shot she takes is, or at least the ones, you know, from each show we get are always great. But the shot of Nora into the light there is like
Oh,
I gotta
it's
get
so good.
I'm gonna get a print of that. And you can see Jackie and Evan on either side.
Yeah.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh dear. How did I get myself into this situation?
It's no cells, a big swing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Must
just
be
fired
Mil.
him
I think
up.
that's
Little
Mil
did you know
Mascaris
that's how
on
they
it.
charge it. Yeah, it is. No yob, Sir Onita. Master Onita.
Then the Yakuza talks to 3PO here and he whispers over to R2.
Yeah.
Let Onita win.
Win. Yeah.
Oh dear, look at all the missing thumbs.
The Duke says Earth 2, R2D2 had arms and legs.
Yes. Duke, he's a PWO guy. He knows my references
Ooh, nice snap into the
to Earth to WWF all the time.
This
into
is
the
how
Boston Crab bit.
R2D2 lost that jetpack he had in the prequels
Yes,
that
I
never
was
showed
gonna
up
say,
in the sequels.
I was hoping to see him use them at some point, so we could say, "See, true Star Wars heads know." Oh,
Nice.
True Star Wars heads know that he's 3PO's got a dynamite dropkick.
Yeah.
One-legged, more like a
One-legged.
super kick to the
Yeah. It was like a straight up insecurity.
double atomic drop.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know. I heard it. Crossface. Yeah. Brady called me amazing. I made sure to repeat that in front of Marta.
Oh, the Talk is Jericho episode?
Crossface is just talking about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I see the chat. Yeah, those are our friends Max and Brady.
Yeah, dude, must be a real honor to get mentioned on the same show that Donald Trump Jr. was on. Congratulations.
Yes.
For the same reason.
Bucket list. Yeah.
Clearly.
I was gonna say that same show Gary Sharon was on. Gary Sharon was on an episode of Talk is Jericho. I remember
That
wow.
doesn't surprise
many
me
years
at all.
ago.
Droids come away with the win.
Yes. So what is that? Look at that
I
submission
don't know,
from
but it's
R2.
nice.
The
Yeah.
droids won. The droids beat Onita.
Locked it
Yeah.
in.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
these Onita and Fuji were
No
pretty low,
yob
I think,
indeed.
Yeah.
low on the totem pole at this point. Nice crossbody.
Droids on roids. It's haphazard.
Right here's when Onita realized he had to do something else. He's jobbing to droids.
He's had an interesting career, that's for sure.
Like that
Aw,
logo.
Dan's in a hug.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Just like in the movies.
Freeze frame.
All right, and the long con continues. Dude, I'm excited for this match.
Yeah, me too.
So Killer Khan passed away, unfortunately, earlier in the year, Marta, and we did a tribute to him that day. And I think on the following show, he just showed up by accident, and then we made a promise to ourselves that we're gonna keep playing. We're gonna have a Killer Khan match or some appearance every Mystery Titans Theater until we can't find any more footage of him.
Nice. I like it.
Hence the long con.
The long con. But dude, that speaking like he's against Stan Hansen today. That footage that lost that posted that stuff, Johnny, that you shared with
Kevin
me.
Sullivan.
The Kevin Sullivan thing?
Oh,
Yeah,
my
I've never
God.
seen that before.
That's crazy. We gotta find that. We gotta find that.
Blackjack
full,
Mulligan, I mean?
Yeah.
Mulligan
An
against
actual
stabbing.
stabbing. Yes.
Awesome.
The
Josh
stabbing
was selling it amazingly too.
Yeah.
Dude, the stabbing is crazy enough. What's even better is after the stabbing, while they're trying to take care of him, Sullivan just walks up to the microphone with Sully and just cuts the most insane promo you've ever heard. It's fantastic.
It's crazy. Man,
Yeah, we
love
gotta
Stan
watch
Hansen.
more
This
of
is
that
just
stuff.
this is fan cam stuff. This is a really good find. What
That's a real Curious George man in the yellow hat.
Yeah. Oh, I dare you to tell him that.
I will. I'm seeing him next Tuesday.
Whoa, did you just call him a
A Cocoon, a cast member of the remake of Cocoon. Yes.
Yeah, this is footage that just became available in North America in the last 5 or so years. Somebody got it from a Japanese dealer. It's a bunch of house show footage.
Okay.
I don't think this is fan cam necessarily,
Really?
but it wasn't televised. Maybe it is. I don't know, but there's a lot of it.
Yeah.
And
is it New Japan or All Japan?
This is All Japan. 1985. And the channel it's from is Matt D's YouTube channel, Johnny.
Oh, okay.
Our old buddy from PWO and DVD-VR, who is his obsession is finding never seen before footage or footage that is pretty obscure. And he's a main contributor to the Segunda Caída blog that is pretty influential for old footage. So yeah, I'm assuming this is going to be interesting, if nothing else. I'm not guaranteeing any kind of amazing quality, but I couldn't pass up a Killer Khan Stan Hansen matchup.
Yeah, I hear you.
Hey, but guy in the Indies, now that I've seen him in person, has a real Stan Hansen-ish vibe to him. Is Manders.
Man,
guy's, yeah, dude, he's a cowboy gimmick. He's a big motherfucker. Like he's walking by you and you're like, oh, this looks like a 1980s wrestler. Yeah, just a big tough cowboy guy. Yeah, he was on the Dean show.
The chops.
Sweet. Yeah, this is like two meaty men slapping meat or whatever they say.
Meaty men slapping meat.
Yeah.
I do have one of those matches on my Get the Funk Out card between Matt Bronson and Stephen Bradley, but I want to avoid using that phrase, that overused phrase at this point.
That's fair,
especially from wrestling announcers. So I got another way to sell without saying that.
Yeah, Big E said it. It was funny for a minute, and now it's
Oh, so that's where it came from. I just thought it was a PWO thing. That's how in
Big
the
E.
bubble of PWO.
Big E was talking about.
I don't watch modern wrestling at all.
He's talking about was it Goldberg?
Yeah, he was like he wanted to see Goldberg versus somebody, just two big meaty men slapping me, and he said it on his podcast,
and they're laughing. So and like both Kofi and Woods are just like peeing their
Woods
pants.
Like falls out of his chair,
peeing their pants, laughing. All of them are like, you can see tears in Big E's eyes when he's saying it too, because he knows it's funny as it's coming out of his mouth. The joy that is shared between those three men is so goddamn infectious.
I love those three so much.
Yeah,
they were during some dark days in WWE, the only two acts that really were over. To me were Cena and the New Day for a long time. It was like I've did a lot of fast forwarding. Like my nephew, and he was little and he loved Cena, and then he loved the New Day. He was like,
well, they felt like they were the only ones that didn't have a script.
At one point they did it. At one point,
and that's what made them so great, or helped make them so great.
I've seen Woods do live Dungeons and Dragons a couple of times at PAX.
Oh man,
which is super fun. He's so fun in those.
There's a D&D club at the school I work at now, and I've got a my character is a Dragonborn. His name is Wild Eyes, Marta.
Oh, of course he is.
We found this is funny. We found like a red carpet, this long red carpet down this hallway, and one of our crew went to check it out, tried to use dexterity to get around it because we knew it was too sticky. But then he rolled badly and he got stuck on the carpet about 2/3 of the way down there. And I said, well, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to breathe fire on this thing and get rid of this carpet so we can get out of here. Right. Or like burn the first 2/3 just to make it easier for us to get closer. And then I blew on it and I breathed fire on it. And I guess it like kind of started like a kind of a James Bond kind of laser kind of going towards the guy who's stuck on it now. And that's what I had to leave. Jesus. So that's where our pal is at. Yeah.
So the teacher sponsor.
Kills.
Yeah. No, this is the first time I've ever really played, but it's been super fun.
My freshman year,
you hadn't played more.
My freshman year of high school, So in 1984, it was when they introduced. They had clubs, like you did one different club every other week.
Choking.
They had fantasy gaming club, and so me and my friends, and we used to play D&D and goof around. We're like, cool, let's do that. We did one meeting. We looked at each other and went, dude, we can't come back to this. We're never going to get laid if we hang out. And it wasn't fun. It was like real nerds who take it too seriously. We're like, whoa, let's. So, of course, us studly freshmen then made sure we were in Trivial Pursuit Club because that's where all the
That was
ladies
cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You had
It's
to leave your
flipped around
keys.
now though. D&D's cool now.
Yeah,
no,
that's
it's
true.
cool
Very
now.
much
This
so.
is 1984. It was not so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Remember
only
all the-
played one game myself.
Remember all the pewter figures at Comic and Game Universe, Kelly?
Mm-hmm.
There's-
I've never been into that. Never into the D&D or the figures or any of that stuff. Not
That's
that there's
'cause-
anything wrong with it.
No. That's because Kelly saw that made-for-TV movie with Tom Hanks, Mazes and Monsters. Scared the shit out of him, didn't it?
No.
Too spooky.
Or
No,
he
I
go-
like the
Nice
television.
elbow almost. I thought that could have been a finish. Or no,
The
he fell for
television
the.
game was awesome.
Right,
But that's
right.
as far
Oh,
as
yeah.
I went with Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh man, I love that in television. Ooh.
This
Yeah, no.
match has been as we thought it would be.
I thought
Very
your
stiff.
parents. I was going to say your parents fell for the satanic panic that went with Dungeons and Dragons.
My mom did for like an evening.
What up, Kevin? Good to see you.
Hey,
Taro in
Kev.
the chat.
Yeah,
We'll see
I
you in
don't-
2 months,
I don't think
or
my
2 weeks.
Parents,
Yeah.
my mom's an atheist, so she's not gonna care about any godly things.
No, my mom out of nowhere goes, I've heard things about this being possibly satanic. And I literally just looked at her, I was like, Mom, that's fucking stupid or something.
It's a game.
And yeah, it's a game. What are you talking about? And that was the end of it. And she was
then
freaked
she
out by
told
that.
you-
Here we go.
She was freaked
Nice.
out by that fucking Tom Hanks movie where he goes crazy.
Ooh.
Big
Ooh.
lariat.
Awesome. To the outside. That's a familiar referee.
Yeah,
I can
it
tell-
is
yeah.
it Joe Higuchi?
I don't know the name.
He's he's long time ref.
The Duke says, my mom thought D&D players took drugs and thought the game was real.
Yeah, that's what those old Jack Chick
That's so
tracks, the like
stupid.
religious pamphlets they would hand out would say.
God, I love
No,
those. I
it's
haven't
just a
seen those
bunch
in
of
forever. I love
sweaty virginal nerds. Nothing
Yeah.
to do with Satan.
I mean, I will
Sweaty
say
drugs,
Original
probably.
nerds.
every D&D game I've ever played, which is a fair amount, does end in a human sacrifice to
Yes,
Satan. But
yes.
that's just because of our personal preferences. It's nothing
Yes,
to do with
cool.
what Gary Gygax built with Wizards of the
Yeah.
Coast.
Did that end on a count out?
Yeah.
think so,
That's pretty
yeah.
cool. Count out because of like the nasty
The force of the lariat.
the lariat. Yeah.
Yeah. But back then, top guys rarely did pinfall jobs, and there was a ton of
Kevin
count
thinks that
outs
is
and-
Joe.
Look at everyone running for the bathroom.
Yeah, it's
in the
Joe
back.
Higuchi.
Look
No, they're running from
at that guy's getting a little low on Killer Khan, the young lion there, a little tap in the butt.
I really like what was just posted in chat.
Big sweaty men slapping dice.
Incredible.
That's
Yeah.
fun. That's good.
The Duke.
Duke's on fire tonight.
Still nothing. 18
Yeah.
minutes left.
Wow.
Man, Toronto, Boston, crazy.
This would be massive for Boston. They blew a 3-1 lead last year.
Right. But also it'd be massive for Toronto because good Lord.
So I'd be exercising a lot of demons.
Yep. I'd cheer for Toronto over Edmonton and Vancouver for sure, actually, now that I think about it.
That's like the reverse Sophie's choice or whatever.
I just hope they all have fun out there.
Yeah.
I have no stakes.
All
There
right.
we go.
Bull
Yeah.
Nakano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Bull Nakano.
This is the first of, like I said, the bangers, making sure we have a hot match. And also going forward, I think we're going to be watching a lot of Joshi from the 80s and 90s because I've only barely scraped the surface of some of this stuff, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Look at her.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So they're so cool.
Yeah. And they were ahead of their time and
Yeah.
fashion wise, everything. It's totally amazing stuff.
Yeah, like you can see the influence they had on groups like Stardom.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just just for the men wrestlers that wrestle at a fast pace, high pace.
Mhm.
It was super influential. So her opponent is Dump Matsumoto, who was also quite famous.
Is that Toyota? Manami?
I don't think so. This is from 1986.
Oh, kendo sticks
Yeah,
off
kendo
the bat.
It's from 1986, but I've seen people with very similar haircuts at
Oh,
like
yeah.
every boom show.
Yeah,
Because that's just
That's right.
cool wrestling
Totally.
fans now.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
And
no,
like
this is a pretty
Zamaya,
young
our
bull.
buddy Zamaya, or who we were fortunate to have for 2 shows.
Yeah.
Coco Harriet Invitational and Rumble Pack. She's uber Bull Nakano inspired.
Yeah,
look.
she had the full
Yeah,
hair.
the spike. I tried to get my
Yeah.
wife to do that for Halloween once.
Oh
but
man,
It's hard to get it to stay up. You gotta use like glue
No
and
yob.
gelatin.
No
What do
yob.
you-
no,
I-
yeah.
It was when we were planning the or talking about the 1977 Manager of the Year ceremony cosplay, and Julie was going to be Bull Nakano, but
Nope.
it never got to that stage.
Yeah,
obviously,
right,
I think she
right.
would have. She would have.
If we would have, if we could have got our shit together.
Maybe it'll
Um,
happen someday in the future.
So Kevin saying that partners are colliding here. They were.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
Jesus.
Oh.
Get a front row seat, lose a tooth.
Oh, the jab to the
Yeah.
chest.
Mhm. See, this is how you
Butt
use a
end.
kendo
Damn.
stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take notes, Susan.
What about Max just burying Susan on Jericho?
Yeah, I know.
So funny.
God.
So
He's
funny.
so
It's like
mad
he
about
wouldn't
it.
let up. He wouldn't let up. She's bad. No, she's not. Like she's been benched.
I mean, after last show when she brought a pipe.
Yeah. But she revealed the pipe way too early too. Like
Yeah.
even that. Like Max was supposed to come out like, no, she said she's gonna be fine. Then she was gonna take a lead pipe out of her bag.
Yeah, she
and he's
just
like,
jumped
all
right
right,
up
no.
with
And
it.
he's like, and then he'd be like, no, Susan, you're gone. But she was waving it before Max even got over there with a headband for some reason too. The pic Max, but there's another great Sky Pictures. Max with
Yeah.
his mom with a headband and a lead pipe.
She was gonna be wearing the sweatband that I wore for Coco
her and
Harriet.
John Cena, her and John Cena's dad should hang out sometime.
Oh, Susan and Cena.
Right.
Johnny,
Johnny,
remember
what was his name?
his name was
Johnny Fabulous.
Johnny Fabulous.
Yeah.
They shot a whole vignette with Edge and stuff
Jesus.
that they couldn't use because he wasn't following the script and saying all kinds of weird shit
Hilarious.
Sounds like Susan.
to get himself over.
Yeah,
SLS.
it's actually quite similar now that I think about it.
No, I loved it on the Jericho show where at first he's going to tell the story about the 2 punchlines. He's going to stop and you hear him go in his mind, fuck it. Yeah, I got to tell you about this. The 2 fucking punchlines.
Yes.
It went on and on about it for about 2 minutes. It was so funny.
And what he didn't talk about was the fact that she, before the show, was going to multiple people to get feedback on her punchline. Like she came up to me, and was like, "Well, you're a comedy writer. What do you think of this?" I was like, "I think you just do one, Susan, because it's a little long." And I was trying to help her. I got her to condense it very short, and then she did the full thing. So funny.
This is dope.
You should have been brutal to her like you were in the back room of the Comedy Store.
Ugh, I can't be mean to that woman.
No,
Out of kayfabe.
I've known her.
She's a
I've known her
saint.
basically my whole life. Kevin wants to know what happens if Susan and John Senior meet in the time machine.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, maybe they'll run into Ivanhoe.
I love Jericho saying
Yeah, I
that.
know.
Jericho wants to be
And Sir
Ivanhoe.
Lancelot was in
Yes.
Yeah.
you know those weren't real people, Chris.
Yeah. But it's fine. I like Ivanhoe a lot. That's really funny. That's like my I had written a character with my buddy Greg who's going to be at the May show for a project that never happened that was based on Finnish folklore. Nice nunchucks. Nope.
This is fucking awesome.
I want Susan to come out as the Baba Yaga somehow. But like the Baba Yaga's house. So dress her up as a house with chicken legs.
Yeah, no, I understand.
That's her evolution.
Yeah, it's you get enough Pokemon points. I know what that means now. Oh man, I was sure Zigzagoon didn't even evolve, Marta. I just thought it's just like a side character that nobody cares
no.
about. No, but he does have a next form.
People care about Zigzagoon.
That's great. That makes me so happy.
So many
I care about
commentators.
Yeah.
How many microphones?
It's like that. It's like the Naked Gun baseball
Yeah,
game.
yeah, the booth, totally.
I just showed that to my nephew for the first time like
Nice.
3 months ago. And
Man, we
I
got
loved it.
a lot of Boston crabs
rebooting
tonight.
it or remaking it. I guess.
Yeah, remaking it. Yeah.
Yeah. Who's gonna play OJ's character?
That's a thing. They're gonna there's enough demand for it that they're gonna recreate them with CGI.
CGI.
Because everybody wants to see the juice on the silver screen.
I mean, if they want to get a funny football player, Marshawn Lynch is right there. Just
That's a good
throwing
choice.
it out there.
Any murderers out there we can put in there just to really
That's a
make it
great
funny?
question.
Well,
Yeah.
the one in while he's in prison.
What's
that played for
Matthew
the
Broderick
Patriots.
up to?
Yeah.
Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, what's he up to? He's a murderer.
Is he gonna be Frank Drebin?
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, Alec Baldwin.
I saw someone put Alec Baldwin's face on Vincent Vega from Pulp Fiction when he's looking when he's in the front
God.
seat of when he's in the front seat. Of the
Yeah. What do you think about it?
Yeah. Whoops.
Oh, this is brutal.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, bull. Crimson Mask. So many
That's what I was
commentators.
gonna say. Yeah, Kevin Crossface said Ray Lewis. There's somebody.
There you go.
Didn't he just oh shit.
Ugh.
It's oh my god, that's
Oh.
nasty.
I don't think she bladed her back.
No.
Hey, okay.
You never know.
Marta, I don't know if you remember, but this makes us now for your with your appearances 2 for 2 shows with a woman with stabbed in the back. We saw that last
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Crazy.
That's true.
Look at the fans trying to there's like children trying to say
microphone cord.
wow.
Or no, it's a chain.
So maybe
Yeah.
she just got I don't think she got stabbed in the
rough.
back. I think she
I
just
know,
rubbed up
it-
against
I think she
something.
just got- yeah.
I was just joking.
A really bad raspberry. This is wild, man.
And it's crazy that
I'm
the
taking-
main
I'm gonna take
fans
her to
of
the
this were
pound.
teenage girls.
That's so cool.
The emotion in the crowd for some of these matches is unparalleled in wrestling. Jesus.
Crazy. You see Max posted all of the Royale, Marta.
I did notice that.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, I saw. Yeah.
And it's got Justin's commentary on all the matches
Oh,
too, so
nice.
it's really cool.
I haven't
Um,
watched it yet, but that's
yeah.
great.
I really, man, if we can get, I want to like that last show we just had was super special. I want to see that.
That
start to
show, yeah,
finish.
that MRB Artie Spencer match
And the main event was
and the main event. That whole
incredible,
show
too.
was just
Yeah.
like probably the best one, the best
Yeah,
one
it was
show
the best
ever.
best show to have Brian Alvarez at. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
seriously.
There we go. Kendo
Get a
stick
banger.
fight.
Nice,
I was
nice.
saying,
There you go.
yeah.
It's more Star Wars.
Star
More
Wars.
Star Wars.
As you know, the
Jesus, holy
Jedi
shit.
immediately go for the head.
Yeah, and they just take it in the shoulder like a champ.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah! Holy
Cool.
shit, man.
This is the era of Joshi I like. Like
Mhm.
for my personal taste, you know what, Sailor Moon cosplaying little tiny waifs flying around is good for me, but this fucking is what I'm into.
Oh yeah. This
Yeah.
is the best kind of wrestling. Crazy bloody brawls,
Mhm.
brawling into the crowd, like gritty weapon use.
Big meaty gal slapping meat.
Big
Yeah.
slapping meat.
Yeah.
You know what? I was thinking that not 20 seconds ago, and something in my
Look
mind
at
said,
this,
let
like a
somebody else have it. You're welcome.
Down on
Well,
the
thank you.
outside.
It psychically appeared.
Uh,
was awesome.
it's
It's been a
gonna-
great start
Yeah.
to our show tonight. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
What a
Oh!
Jesus
Boom.
Christ.
Oh, Backlund
God.
couldn't do it any better.
Oh my god,
Oh.
because the young lion gave it to her. This is crazy. It'd probably even more dramatic if we knew like all the relationships. Oh, and then she hits
Yeah.
with the
Big German.
characters
Yeah,
on the
it's
outside.
almost no. It's like she's got a bit of a gang with her because it's no
Yeah,
DQ.
yeah.
They're helping her out.
I assume there's no rules
triangle.
to this match. And yeah, it's almost like a lumberjack match too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got everything. It's the
Kendo
best
sticks
of
and
everything.
lumberjack.
Nice.
Kendo
Which-
sticks and lumberjack.
On the Feast of Stephen. We've got a lumberjack match coming up at Boom on the
Yes,
25th.
yes. Kyle
I'm
Fine versus
so-
Abraham Lincoln.
Oh man, I am so bummed out that I have to miss those two shows.
Yeah.
Okay,
Ugh.
so
I say have to, like I'm not going to be on vacation, but
So are these lumberjacks all going to have axe handles? Because it's right there. The rail
But
splitter.
That or
yeah,
that's all they keep hitting. Or they just keep hitting double axe handles. Is that what you're saying?
No, each of the
Yeah, no, I
because
get
lumberjacks
the rail
has
splitter. Yeah.
Yeah,
each
I
of
like
the
it.
lumberjacks has an axe handle. Like Bill Watts would have booked some shit like that. You know how Fritz had lumberjacks with leather
Oh,
straps to whip people?
clothesline.
Oh,
Man, Bola's taking a beating in this
Yeah.
match.
It's gotta be it.
That's
Yes.
crazy.
Wow.
What a match.
No, it's an amazing match.
so good. God.
Jeez Louise.
Nice.
Another day
Did
at the
she
office.
she had to have razored there, right?
Oh yeah.
Now she
Oh,
would
yeah.
have, yeah.
Or bladed, not razored.
Yeah, that pile driver's out of control. See the
Yeah.
cow.
Yeah, we're gonna be watching. Maybe we gotta start a Joshi streak
Yeah.
going forward because
I like
there's
it.
a ton of awesome matches on YouTube.
What's the name of this site you found? Can you remember? Give the guy props.
I don't think this was a site. This was just me going
Oh.
on PWO and getting like
Okay.
a list of the
Cool.
top
Great.
matches from the
Fantastic.
80s and 90s. Yeah.
Love it.
And
Oh,
then
she's
track-
going into the crowd with this camera
Yes,
stick
I
now.
love
Shit in his pants.
This
This
is-
is going dude shit in his pants right now.
I love it. This
God.
is amazing.
This
Chaos!
dude in the gray. This dude in the gray.
Chaos
so
in
scared.
Kyoto.
She
On
knows
the
he's a
headline of
creep.
the-
The guy was wearing a long coat. He was a
Yes.
creep in there trying to creep on all these teenage
Yeah,
girls.
yeah, and now he's finally getting his comeuppance.
Yeah.
Look at this
God.
madness. It's like everyone's playing along. It's like they're
Yeah,
hired
it is,
extras.
yeah.
I love
It's like they're
that.
hired extras. Yeah.
People are legitimately scared too.
That's the thing with wrestling crowds,
Oh, no.
though, is that when
Yeah.
they buy in, when you
Yeah.
if you can sell it well, everyone will buy it.
Yeah,
Like
if you
we've
look at, like,
seen
Bruiser
Judas
Brody.
Icarus holding a fake
Yeah.
gun out and all the audience ducking.
Yeah, yeah. Bruiser Brody would do this in the earlier years. What year
Yeah.
is this?
This is
86?
86.
That's pretty close to the time when
Yeah,
Bruiser Brody
well, and
would be
Stan
doing it.
Hands
Yeah.
and the Sheik. The Sheik
Yeah.
was and Tiger Jeet Singh.
Hmm.
As bad of a wrestler as he was notorious for running through the crowd with a sword in shows.
And,
That'll
dude,
scare you.
and I can tell you, even like to this day, I can speak from experience from the Dean show. When these dudes and dudettes
Oh,
are
get the ref there.
Yeah.
Oh
when they are brawling literally right next to you, it feels dangerous. And
Of
it's like,
course.
holy shit. I could
This
get hurt.
is real.
Yeah. I've talked to many people who have gone to their first wrestling shows at Boom, and afterwards they're like, I didn't realize how intense it actually would be, but oh man,
Yeah.
it's scary when they come into the crowd.
Oh yeah. My wife, when I have it on TV, she couldn't give a shit less. But when she's there live, she's as loud as anybody.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the first wrestling show I saw live, I
You see that guy
I
chasing
turned
me?
feral.
Yes.
These are just guys from the audience. They're like the
Yeah.
commentators all got knocked
The
out.
commentators are all
Someone
running
has
away.
to fill in.
Just total chaos. I love it. This is pro wrestling at its
There they
best.
are.
Yeah.
There's the creeps of the gray jackets.
For me, this is
Yes.
the peak of pro wrestling. And now we'll see. And we're not done with Joshi. by the way. Just there's
Cool.
a little,
good.
Nice.
little
Oh,
tease,
good to know.
little tease for ahead of.
Oh, in 88. Interesting.
We'll
I
see.
think I know what that means.
Yeah, if you know the era, you should know. But anyway,
If you know, you know.
so this is January 1988, Boston Garden. Just got put on YouTube a
Yeah,
few weeks
something.
ago, I think.
Yeah, I had found because of that main event sounds pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's rare.
Oh, it's super rare. I got some stats on that. I'll save for when the match comes on.
And also, we love returning to the garden. And we love Johnny's. This is Johnny's inspiration, the man in the ring right now on the microphone.
Oh, dear. What
Sure,
a start.
Alongside Kelly's
Alongside
favorite
Kelly's hero?
wrestler.
Alongside Kelly's hero too.
I'll be
my
like
favorite.
Tom Matsumoto.
Dude,
That's for you.
I just felt
Iron Mike Sharp.
and Social Delivery Jones. I just
Hey,
felt like
SD
a warm blanket is entirely wrapped around me right now.
Okay.
I love garden shows, man.
Okay, so this based on SD's attire, this was when he had his action figure. And
Yes.
he wasn't from Philadelphia anymore. He was
No.
from Antigua in the West Indies.
Yes.
Oh
All of a sudden.
man.
Yeah, I wonder if SD's was the lowest selling of all the Dells. It had to be down there.
If I could find one though, that would be on my shelf.
Like, I don't know who
Love
would be
it.
lower.
I caught a Bolomo in the wild. Did you see that,
That's
Kelly?
so funny.
Oh, yeah, the license plate.
The
Yeah,
license
cool.
plate.
So Marta,
Name of a
I'm
jobber from
driving-
the 80s that we love.
Yeah, I'm driving around on the job. I'm at a red light. I look up. The person in front of me's license plate is Bolomo, who's one of our favorite like undercard wrestlers of all time. And
Yeah.
I did something. I was like, oh, I don't know how cool this is, but I took out my phone and took a picture of the person's license plate to send to these guys. I
Nice.
felt like I was doing something wrong.
Taking pictures of license plates before, as long as you're not like posting it publicly,
Uh-huh.
it's probably fine.
Although that guy's probably following you now. It's
Mhm.
like, what's this son of a bitch? Nice. Is
Sal Bolomo.
SD Jones like? Is he going over here? He must be.
Well, you know, I have an idea where this match could lead, and it's
Yeah,
I know,
I
dude.
know.
I know.
Oh,
where this-
jeez.
I know
Get
exactly.
comfortable, Sully.
Gee, hey, I think we've been enough of these before. Pull up a fucking chair, pal. This has got 20-minute draw written all over it.
Boring.
I hope we're wrong. I hope we're wrong. Wow.
Why, Kevin says? I believe the bullet hole in SD's back can be from Philly or Antigua.
It doesn't matter. I mean, really, it's
There it is. And then it got focused on just as we finished describing it. Is that your work, Sully?
I was completely cleared, and that is
Of any wrongdoing.
now I know clearly I'm no longer welcome in Philadelphia or Antigua. It's clearly a case of mistaken identity.
Oh dear. Too real, man. Too real.
Crowd is red hot for this.
Yes, yes. They've got Sharpomania, baby.
It's Boston. I don't, you know, what I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of
88.
which, let's check out that hockey stick.
Oh yeah. 1-1. They've each scored. Oh,
Oh,
my
wow.
gosh. Look away for a second. 8.5 minutes left. Oh geez, remember how there's way too many of us always when we're here too?
I keep telling these assholes they
stepping
don't
on
need to
each
keep sending
other's
these
toes.
new guys down here.
You just gotta make sure they got their transit tickets paid for.
I mean, hey, and now they got a broad here with us. Can you believe that, pal? I mean, she's fine and all, but
Checking transit tickets? Come on.
still the quality of these stairs. You can't beat Boston, can you?
Yeah, I saw him there too. Dude, I love Garden. I think the Garden might be my favorite of all these house shows. Can either be garbage or great or everything in between. But just for just for starting, just for the visual, I think I like the garden the best. And then we get the. It's
here we
been a
go.
while. It's been so long.
What
Here's the thing.
tragedies
Oh,
do we
wow.
have?
Marta, they always include like something with like a shocking death count.
Yeah.
And so far, we're at one.
Just
So
Pete
far, just
Maravich
Pete
Pete
first.
Maravich.
Maravich, 40-year-old
It's
heart
one.
attack.
Also,
I
the
got-
placement of the logo makes it look like it's saying Wold School.
Wold School.
Flashback.
Oh, that's a
CBS fires
classic.
Jimmy the Greek
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
racist remarks.
Racist
This is like
remarks.
Vince.
The old school flashback.
The
Us
remember that.
Redskins
gambling was
beat the
fine,
Denver
but racist
Broncos
remarks
to win the
were
Super
straw
Bowl.
that broke the camel's back. Another blowout Super Bowl in
Just
that
the
era.
one death.
A year,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah, well, it was the death of Jimmy the Greek's career too. So 2.
Yeah. 1.5.
Pistol Pete Maravich, yeah, he was a great basketball player in the 70s. Kind of forgotten because he died so young.
Right. I have some Pistol Pete Maravich high tops I've had forever.
Oh, really?
My sister just sent me a picture, or sent me an old commercial of Barbie and the Rockers and the stage that you could buy, which is the connection between the two of us is she got that for Christmas, but I saw it in the back in the trunk of the car, and I learned that it was from Santa, and that's when I learned that
Oh.
that was the way I found out. Nothing,
Found out
Johnny. Nothing. No. Shh. You guys.
Didn't
quiet.
find out anything.
I didn't find out anything. I found out that it wasn't Ken that was in the band. It was
Oh.
Derek. It was Derek.
Okay.
Good job, guys. Ooh.
Oh, that's all right, ST.
Yeah, I'll say you're right.
It was a blatant kick in the balls.
So it's
Yeah.
it's Monsoon and who's with him?
And
Bobby
Heenan. And Heenan.
Heenan. Okay.
Yeah. Which I think was unusual for this time.
For a house show, right?
Yeah, it was unusual for a house show.
Later on, it became more common, I think.
Would this be NESN at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nesson.
Kevin, I want to tell you, oh my God, what a discovery. Rocket Pop Sour from Dead Frog Brewery. I think based out of Vancouver. I thought it was going to be, I had bought one. I thought it was going to be obnoxious, or it had potential to be obnoxious, like too sweet, but it is very nice. This could be a good like summer beach beer. It's only 5%.
They're from Langley. I've been there.
Is that it? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, Dead Frog, yeah. Langley has a ton of good breweries, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to be
Superflex has a really
staying
good-
in Port Moody the next 3 nights.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that's a
Speaking
good
of-
beer town.
Great breweries, yeah. Going to check out a couple that I haven't been to before.
There's a couple new ones out there in the
Mhm.
last couple of years.
I've been
Yeah.
to Moody Ales a couple times now because I won with our the aforementioned Matt P, MTT favorite. I won Simpsons trivia with him, and then we lost by 0.5 on Disney trivia.
Hmm.
But when I saw Sachin, who wanted to come with us for Disney trivia, he couldn't make it. I told him one of the questions we were so close on, Nora was so close on because Nora came with us, was what was the name of the high school in High School Musical? And he's like, East High. I'm like, oh my God, you would have got it for us, man. Like he knew it. And like he was furious with himself. He was like, damn it.
You should be.
Yes. He's like, I'll be there next time, I promise. I won't let you guys down. It's really funny. Really
Yes.
funny. And
Also,
it might
if you
go
ever
for-
need a ringer for Simpsons trivia.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I mean,
used to
we'd
do
love
it
to have you.
regularly.
We'd love to have you, but I don't know if you heard us, Marta, but we won, so we don't.
Well,
But you
that's
can
fair.
you can join. We'll just make the margin of victory a lot bigger.
A lot higher, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Julie and I have been going to trivia at a brewery in Chilliwack
Mhm.
the last 3 weeks. It's just a general one.
I might
And
go.
it's I've realized now like how much I've missed in the last 25 years. I'm like, I was so good 25 years ago because I knew
Yeah.
everything about the 20th century, but I don't know anything about the 21st century. So it kind of evens out. We haven't won
man-
yet. I've
a
won some
man
free drinks,
lost
free
in
beers.
time.
man.
We're
Like, yeah.
trapped on a farm in Canada where time knows no.
Time ended in 1999.
A single cow. Oh, a big win for
Oh,
Sharp.
1999, a mere 4 years ago.
Canada's greatest athlete pulls it out.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, I thought for sure that was going to be a 20-minute draw. Ooh.
Who are you booing, Mike Sharp or Mel Phillips?
Well, mostly
mean-
Mike Sharp.
I'm
So he did load up.
Wait, so you hate Mike Sharp so much, you hate him more than the pedophile.
Well,
Wow.
it was just a foot
Holy
finish,
shit.
Johnny. Come on, it's not that bad. I thought his thing was always loaded. Like he didn't have to load it, but he just did there.
I always laughed at
Anyways.
how do you load it? It's tape. What's it loaded with? Cardboard? There's nothing in it.
He rarely ever used it. Was the stupid thing because he always had it, but he never used it. Oh wow! So we had
Hey,
C3PO and now we had
3PO, another 3PO appearance.
Double 3POs.
Yeah, that's so funny.
with mustaches.
Yeah, Duke saying
fascist. Boo.
Canada's top athlete winning in Boston tonight. Maybe that's a sign.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh,
And then Kevin said Canada's greatest athlete over Antigua's greatest athlete, no less.
Yeah, we better win that one. Oh, the Bulldogs.
Wow. Oh boy, I thought your back was fucked, but I guess I got my time off.
It's just-
Be right back. Yeah.
I never noticed that these conquistadors. I've never seen a close up of their masks before. They do have mustaches on them
oh, do they?
to make. I think they do to make them look more Spanish.
This is
honestly
yeah,
think that's
maybe.
what they're doing here.
This is very early in the Conquistadors run too. I think they only debuted a couple months earlier.
God, I got 6 donuts from Duffin's Donuts, Vancouver institution.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Great place.
Johnny, next time you come, you gotta go to Duffin's. I got that. I love their
Okay.
icing sugar kind of filled donuts. Those are the best ones.
Yeah, those are my
but
favorites.
all they had were banana, but I like banana. The
How's
girls
their, tell me, how's their raspberry game?
oh, the best. That's what I was just gonna say. Their
Mhm.
best
Yeah.
is the jelly filled donut, raspberry.
Okay, you got me. You
Yeah,
sold
I
me.
think you'd love it, Johnny.
You
It's
sold
definitely
me.
feels like a northeast type place in
Yeah,
Vancouver.
you saw. I look at this point. I don't eat. I only treat myself to sweets every now and then because of the diabetes, and but I will treat next time I'm up there. I will treat myself to that. That'll be my
We'll
one
go
treat.
there. Yeah.
Duffin's is great because you can get not only your donuts, but you can also get fried chicken, torta subs,
Their coffee
Tortoise,
isn't
wait,
bad either.
Tortoise
Yeah.
subs. Tortoise subs.
torta.
Oh,
torta.
I was like,
Yeah.
wait, what? I didn't know you all ate tortoise up there. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not judging.
That's where the Duffin dynasty comes from. They
Really?
just kill tortoises all over the
Huh.
world.
I'm going to apologize in advance for getting to the phase of the night where we're going to hear barking because my husband just left and
That's
can't
fine.
entertain the dog
That's
anymore.
cool. We hear from
So-
haven't heard from
Maggie?
Maggie in a while, Johnny.
Yeah, but you know, I'll give her time.
Mhm.
The doors open upstairs, and I got 3 dogs here, so it's gonna be a 3-dog night.
Three-dog
Maybe
night.
4, apparently.
Perfect. 4-dog night. 'Cause
Mama
Ripley's hanging
told
out
me not to
too.
come.
You can kind of see her tail. Oh, she's out of here. She thinks I have food, which I don't.
3-Dog Night is a good early title name.
4-dog night. That's
Good, even better. So who we got here? Jose Luis Rivera.
and who's the other one, Kel? Oh, Kelly's away. I was just about to ask Kelly the same thing. Who are the fucking conquistadors again?
I feel like Danny Davis was one for a while, but I could be wrong.
No, they were both Spanish. Danny Davis was Mr. X.
Right. Yeah, Dynamite is looking great in this match.
And this is
And this crowd is really into things.
Yeah, I think Dynamite. I mean, he was just gutting it out at this point because his back was totally.
yeah.
I don't know. Like
fucked.
he was looking good, or no, this is Davey
A lot
Boy,
of
I guess.
painkillers too.
Who is Jose Luis Rivera and who, Kelly?
Jose Estrada.
Hmm.
The Jose's.
I got it. We're gonna call them the Jose's.
Whatever happened to No Way Jose? Was he canceled?
He was let go, but I don't. God, I think maybe, or he said something. Which
no, I'm thinking of Adam Rose. Adam Rose was canceled.
Adam Rose.
Oh, I forgot all about that guy.
But it's easy to compare the two, right? They're the same.
Dude, to the surprise of no one, when I was watching NXT when No Way Jose was down there, I was all in. He was my favorite guy in NXT.
Yeah, you were comparing him to Jimmy Valiant.
I said he's not that good, but he's super charismatic. He's a modern Jimmy Valiant. He goes up on the main roster, and that kind of act was not. That's not ready for prime time. That's good in an indie or good in NXT, and it was gonna flop up there. But for the time being, I love that.
Yep. Oh, that was the time when everything was cooking at NXT. It was only like an hour-long show. Like that was
when it was an hour long. When it was an hour long,
the perfect wrestling, modern wrestling for me.
So AEW comes around. Vince loses his mind. Tells Triple H, make it 2 hours, make it live. And he's like, gives his son-in-law a heart attack, takes it away from him.
That's right. A cardiac event.
And
means he tased him in the heart.
Now
you see that footage of him?
Ox Baker needed the money. He hired Ox Baker. He did a hit on Triple H.
He's ever since the Mountie, he's just had the cattle prod.
Yes.
He keeps it around.
But you still hear the sound effect when he uses it.
Vince got him at Thanksgiving.
When you least expect it. That motherfucker.
Yeah. So the footage of him looking all frail and stuff, but you get the idea that he's like that's just going to be his. That's going to be his Weinstein look now.
Just like in the steroid trial in the 90s, he had a neck brace.
Right, a neck brace.
Yeah, a neck brace.
So
he actually because he did actually have surgery. But he timed. Here's how insane that old rapist was. He timed his neck surgery for the trial. And then wore a comically large fucking neck.
That's what I was wondering.
God.
But why did he have neck surgery? That was before he was arrested. I mean, I guess anyone could have neck surgery, but
he told Zaharian, "It's time."
You know what? If Mike Brady had been in that courtroom, he could have revealed that Vince was faking it. Wow, I just completely dated myself on that one. Brady Bunch, Mr. Brady.
Yeah.
Ever it throws the briefcase to, the guy turns his head.
Yeah.
I think it went over my head because I hear so many wrestling names that I just assumed it was a wrestling guy.
He was awesome.
I thought it was the guy that Bo Bridges played in the movie who protected Ronald Reagan.
Robert Reed did his
Brady bill.
Robert Reed did his fair share of amateur wrestling, but never in the pros.
I got that reference.
Crossface says Vince shat on Triple H's heart. Ayo.
After the taser, after the cattle run.
How do you like that?
This is what I'm into now, Paul.
Pop. Never called him Pop on TV.
Pop, yes.
Pop,
no. Pop, no. No, Pop. Pop, no. No, Pop. Pop, no. Pop. Pop, no.
Was that when the set collapsed on him?
No.
That was Paul. I can't feel my legs. So we knew it was real.
Yeah, it's funny.
No, it was Pop when Triple H had to quote unquote fire him.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like,
yeah.
I love you, Pop, but you
Yeah.
gotta go. That's what he said to him for real the last time he talked to him.
It sounds like a
I don't know.
Backstreet Boys or an R-rated Weird Al Yankovic lyric, Castle Crossfade. Vince
Oh, boy.
McMahon shat on Triple H's heart.
Okay. That's enough of Vince the scumbag talk for
Yeah,
this.
we can't. Yeah, that's enough. You're not gonna top the shock stick. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was my fault. I mean, I legit hate the man.
Yeah.
I mean, you just can't help it sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Ah, they made the
Oh,
switch.
oh,
Nice.
the
Confusion. And the referee wasn't even looking.
That was
Well, I
really
guess
good.
he-
That was done really well.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta pretend my back's hurt.
That's pretty
The
good.
conquistadors are just the south of the border members of the terror family.
Yeah.
Yes.
They are all related.
I wish I knew in Spanish what it was.
Abdominal stretch now and a little leverage from the outside.
Like family reunions of golden terrors and conquistadors.
And cousin C3PO from Japan. Or, well, no,
They're
they're also from
also from
south of the border. Yeah. Maybe it was.
He's the weird one. He's
Like, no, it wouldn't have been Estrada and Rivera, but
he's
I
the
mean,
weird
they're
one.
Puerto Rican anyway.
He always shows up with his weird boyfriend, the white robot. He sticks out like a sore thumb at the family.
Yeah, he's the albino of them.
I told you, dear. Honey, I don't feel comfortable at these things.
The R2D2. Yeah.
These things are all your friends. I don't know anyone.
This match has gone on far longer than I anticipated it would.
Yeah. Like like you would expect this to be a little better than our opener, but
I think it is, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, the Conquistadors were
yeah.
solid tag team.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah,
Bulldogs
they
had
look
definitely
fucking
seen better
ridiculous.
days.
And you didn't
Yeah,
take
I
it
know, it's
seriously.
ridiculous. But I mean, Estrada especially was a good wrestler. Rivera, not so much, but Estrada was good.
Mhm.
Yeah, they do have.
I love the Vince is fucking. They're not to get back on the Vince, but his insane thinking of, okay, we're gonna take these two job guys, and we need to put hoods on them to give them some sort of a bit of a push to make characters, right? So he comes up with some conquistadors, and well, what they want? They wanted gold, and this. What he came and we'll put mustaches on them. I'm like, okay, whatever. This is insane.
Right.
Like,
So
didn't always
they're
have
supposed to be
mustache.
Spanish. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the later costumes, someone maybe said something about the mustache.
do you think he just recycled some of these when Goldust showed up?
There's another one. There's that's the
Well, so
other part of the
some of
family.
the Golden Terror family, they're not as accepting as they should be. It's really Goldust
That's crazy.
and R2D2. They get
Someone must have figured out that it played well to the cheap seats. Having somebody draped in gold wrestling.
Well, yeah, there was like
It's easy to
100
see.
different Golden Terrors in the 30s,
true.
40s, and
That's true.
50s, and up to the 80s.
Martha, I
Travis,
saw a man draped in gold.
Well, you didn't see gold much back then.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Real
Wrestling.
gold. All the fans in the audience ran in to grab those costumes and
Yes.
bite them to like
Yeah.
see if it was real or not.
Oscar.
Travis, I got my new beer koozie
From Puff.
celebrating
well
our
done.
buddy Puff.
Dude, Johnny, you got to see Puff.
Puff.
In action
I've seen
at our last
pictures
show.
of Puff.
Wow.
Yeah.
man.
So fun.
Wow. So fun.
So
That's so
does
cool
he-
to hear
does he-
Vinny
is-
really put over just to go back to Boom really quick. Shaolin Funk. He was so awesome.
Yeah.
Is Puff, dude? I've like I've seen pictures of it. Is he a Vancouver guy or was he
No.
No,
just
he's
in
from
town?
Buffalo, New York.
Buffalo guy.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
happened to
I
be
think
in town. He was in town because we were able to share travel costs with Cobra Kai from WrestleCore because he was already booked. Steve at WrestleCore is the best, man. Yeah, and Max and him had kind of worked it out. That's good. There we go.
Dynamite had been in the ring for a long time.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That
Like I
was
said,
a
he
well-learned hot tag.
It was wild because I think Danzo had just started getting the Observer right around the time Dynamite got hurt. And so in our minds, we were like, according to that report, was like, oh, well, he's fucked, man. He's never gonna be able to wrestle again. And then we just see him wrestle, and we were always kind of like, he seems fine. You know,
Yeah,
little
but he
did we
missed
know.
a
Little
lot
did
of
we know, right?
time. Like after when he got hurt, he didn't wrestle again until WrestleMania 3.
Another pile driver.
And then I think he was
Ooh,
very,
nice.
very
Seeing
used
great
very
pile drivers
sparingly.
tonight.
Rest of 1987, I don't think
What
he
the hell's
wrestled
that
that
all
much.
about? No, he wants to fuck him up. I want to,
Uh-huh.
I want to paralyze this Spaniard in front of all of y'all.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh, no.
Please, friend, no.
yeah, they did got to do a combo move.
Yeah. Steinem Feist.
Yeah, here we go.
There it is.
I thought this was so cool as a kid that he
Yeah, the head into the headbutt. That was dope.
press his own partner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, Dynamite looked good, but
Yep.
I mean, definitely not peak Dynamite.
Like, dude, I've said it before, but when the Bulldogs first showed up in '84, right?
5
Like,
or late 84, I guess.
yeah, I remember like my oldest friend Brad, like coming over my house Saturday afternoon, and we both, he's like, did you see those guys? They weren't even called the British Bulldogs yet.
Mm.
And I was like, yeah, and we were just like, what the fuck was that? Immediately they were our favorite guys because they were so unique. We'd never seen wrestling like
I
that.
love that it's a headbutt too off the slam.
Mhm.
Boom. That's really
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh yeah, they were pretty much the first thing that really hooked me when I started watching regularly with the Bulldogs.
I remember a friend had British Bulldogs thumb wrestlers.
Oh yeah, I had the Roddy Piper one.
Jake
It's
the Snake Cake.
hilarious.
What? I think there's
Jake
some
the
others.
Snake
Can't
takes
read what's
the
in
cake.
between.
Takes the cake.
No, I don't think it was
Oh,
takes
wow.
the cake. It was longer than that.
Jake the Snake, could you please buy me a Dairy Queen cake?
Jake the Snake ordered me one of those weird put a paper in a plastic box and hope it works Costco cakes.
That was it.
Jake the Snake, could you please shake your sweet, beautiful cake?
This, if we're ever gonna get a Parvy appearance, would be right about now, I think,
Yeah.
Johnny. With Teddy in the room.
Oh no, we watched the Sherry Martel Dark Side of the Ring, and Jake's on that a lot. It's really great, man. It gets you hard at the end when you see his son introduce the like stepmom who raised him.
Right. Yeah, I haven't watched it, but
I haven't watched it yet, but I have heard about the whole thing. Is like she approached Grizzly Smith when she was 17 about being a wrestler, and he rejected her, and everyone's like, Grizzly Smith rejected a 17-year-old. They're like, yeah, too old for him. All over the fucking internet. It's so funny.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's what,
Jake was making that joke.
that's what the reference I did off the start there is from the latest Kendrick Lamar diss track on Drake, which is like
Drake
another
the
one.
Snake.
He put out another one, Drake the Snake, and it's like there's a great line that everyone keeps repeating. It's like, you've never struck a chord with anyone, but if you did, it would be with a minor.
Ooh.
Yeah,
It's good.
yeah.
Boy, he hasn't had that rough since he got shot on Degrassi, and that was fucking rough. But
Yeah.
this is even worse, right?
Yeah.
I see that shit in my Twitter feed. I don't really know what's going on, and I don't really care.
I hang out with a lot more teenagers these days, so I hear them talking about it. Like I walk past a couple of them, like one of them saying like, he's like, yeah. So he says that if you're Michael Jackson, well then I'm Joe Jackson. And I walk past and I was like, and I come back later, I'm like, so that means like it means like that he's gonna beat him up, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. That's what I was trying to explain to her.
Oh, I thought he was referencing that Joe Jackson, the musician, that early 80s musician.
Yes, probably.
What was his hit?
I thought you meant shoeless Joe Jackson.
Just
so.
Joe
Oh,
Jackson.
so shoeless Joe Jackson, yeah.
Just like his manager. You're allowed to stay at ringside. Damien's allowed to stay.
This is an interesting matchup at this time because in the next year, 1989, they feuded for pretty much the whole year.
Hmm.
But at this time, well, I guess they would have had a Mid-South
Right.
sort of.
Oh yeah, they'd worked
connection.
together, and they had just worked together down in Mid-South before.
It's a really good card so far, man.
Yeah, but at this time, it was totally random because DiBiase was in the middle of the whole trying to buy the title off of Hogan angle.
Just oh, really? Interesting. But
Mhm.
just in terms of names involved, it's really cool.
Jake, they're both kind of the same chemistry, these two. Jake the Snake's a loner, doesn't trust anybody, trusts what's in the bag, and that's about
Is he kind of a tweener at this point, Jake?
No, he's a full-fledged babyface.
Yeah.
There were no tweeners in WWF.
Yeah, I guess not.
But he
Yeah.
was always, he didn't change a ton when he became a babyface. He always had that sort of edge to him
Mm-hmm.
that most baby faces didn't have. That's what made him special.
by Hulk Hogan. I love it. Well, Hulk was
Great image.
knew that, but we didn't think he was that stupid.
It's like vintage, man. This is the year.
Statuesque.
Yeah. This is the year we were. This is when
With the upper hand right now.
I was just like getting so into wrestling, man.
What makes you think he isn't? Yeah, but he wouldn't have to wrestle. We'd have to come
88. Come on,
8 to 5 humanoid.
get out of town.
We could sit on a nice
It's my wheelhouse.
Yeah, 87's one of my personal favorite years as far as like watching everything.
going his way now.
88 was a pretty cool year for me. It's when I was born.
Oh my
Pretty dope.
God.
Big wrestling fan at the time.
88.
88 for me, wrestling wise, I was pretty much out.
Yeah.
I had, been super into it, and by that point, I was getting ready to graduate high school, and
Trying out Dungeons and Dragons.
yeah, and living a senior year that. When the first time I saw Dazed and Confused, I was like, fast forward that to the 80s. I kind of felt like, oh, that was my senior year. That's great. I had a good time.
Yeah, my marijuana intake in my senior year was comparable.
That's
I
what I'm
suppose,
talking about.
to-
Basically, I'm talking about
Dazed and Confused.
I'm talking
Actually,
about-
more so my like immediate first 2 years after high school.
Yeah, I'm basically talking about weed and dating. And I was like, yeah, it's time to put
I
the
had the
child.
weed
Yeah,
part
you were
around.
spanking.
Dating
You were
part around.
spanking kids
wrestling.
younger than you were chasing kids around, spanking them.
Yes,
That was
what
your
I'm
thing
saying.
all year long.
Mhm.
Didn't matter if
the
it was
scourge
the
of the-
thing.
I was the
Yes.
scourge of the
You're
freshman.
totally
house.
Affleck. You're totally Affleck's character in the.
Spot on earlier on, Brain, that he is in fact.
Yeah, that we didn't know. Like I said, my childhood in New Jersey was like that, but there was never any sort of hazing shit that didn't
Right.
exist where I was.
Oh, Kelly, I think Rick is at the Garden tonight watching this game, which is in overtime now.
Yeah, I saw him on Twitter that he had crossed the border into Massachusetts. And by
There's
the way,
those beautiful stairs.
it's Rick's birthday today.
The best, yeah. Happy birthday, Rick Lee.
Mhm.
May the 4th be with you.
It's going into
Oh.
overtime.
Yeah,
I was
love
thinking-
those stairs. I love those stairs. I love Star Wars. You ask me any Star Wars questions, I'll tell you, Mr. Hedgepeth. I know the answer. Doggone.
I'll tell you that those stairs inspire me, so I would need to tell you the truth about something. I had an idea, dude. I'm gonna become the Jeff Dunham of the fucking of the show now because
You
I
want
have
more
a
puppets?
huge idea for a Bruno.
Bruno puppet?
I have a great idea for a Bruno.
I want Bruno to be like a Star Wars expert, low-key Star Wars expert.
Yeah, I'll make him and send it to you. You can.
So, did you know
Yes.
that the musical style that the Cantina band plays, the genre is called jizz?
Jizz. That's jizz.
Jizz.
Yeah. I'm proud to say it.
The
And I
first
should,
time
you
I
should,
read that,
if
I
you
was-
are offended by that, then that is on you, my friend.
Is that
I was
with two
offended at the
S's?
first time. My dear, if I had said that in front of my dear sweet mother who was shot by a Nazi, she would have slapped my
Over a
mouth.
bowl
But
of
she just did it.
dandelion soup.
Oh, the delicious. Then okay. I
What
got
up, boss? Good to see you, man.
And yes, that music is little style. The Cantina band
Yeah.
song is called
Yeah.
jizz. I see the
Canon,
two question
baby.
marks.
Yeah.
And by the way, okay, I'll just give it away because now I'll have to make him. But the hair is going to be Bruno with his afro, and I'm going to use actual like cotton balls for the hair,
I love it.
and he's going to have a cocktail, but the cocktail is going to have a dandelion.
Dandelion. I love it.
it.
I love it. You got to give him one of those. He's got to be wearing like one of those kind of V-neck sweaters too. That's like too
Oh
small.
yeah, no, I know his
Big
V,
fits.
the gray V, the gray
Mhm.
V.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
dude, Bruno, and the only two people who ever wore that are Bruno and Wesley Crusher, and Bruno's the only one who pulled it off. The
Yeah.
gray V.
I don't know. I think Wesley Crusher, he did all right with it.
Did he crush it?
Okay.
He crushed it. Wesley Crusher was the king of those weird sweaters.
Hi,
Like
nerd.
that was how Gene Roddenberry envisioned civilians in the future. Just terrible sweaters.
Terrible sweaters and jumpsuits that totally showed nothing but nuck. It's
Yeah.
Gene Roddenberry's vision.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing but nuck. Hilarious. He's talking about the belt. He's got a. Oh man, who's going over here? I see either
I
This
predict
Teddy
a
can't
screwy,
lose
a
at this.
screwy
Yeah.
finish is what I
yeah,
predict.
screwy finish of some sort. Somebody.
Jake
some of that
always could
sweet
lose
Boston
and not,
trash.
not lose
Right.
any of his heat.
It's got the snake.
It is one of those things that because so I'm a teenager when he's $1 Million Man, and I was at that point. I'm like, that's hokey. He wears dollar signs on his tights. It's stupid. Because I grown up with him as like this badass down south. And and so I was always like, that gimmick was fucking stupid. Looking back on it, the gimmick was brilliant and it made him a lot of money and it was great. But my 16, 17-year-old mind was like, this is a cartoon for children.
Man, there's more trash coming into this ring too. It's a hot crowd tonight.
Well, and if you knew DiBiase from UWF or Mid-South, you didn't know, you were wondering, where did he get the money from?
That's what it was. All I
Yeah.
wanted was an explanation. I just wanted an
Right.
explanation why Ted DiBiase was now rich.
And I think they did in Houston when they did like those initial
they?
shows
Okay.
that were just local to Houston, right? Where he was actually a babyface briefly in the WWF in Houston. And he turned on, did he turn on Sam Houston? He turned on somebody.
Sam Houston. Okay.
Maybe. Anyway, there was a tag match where it's out there. And they explained that his uncle left him the money, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was
Is
the
there,
only
like-
place they ever. Well, they didn't have to explain it in regular continuity because he was just a new guy for most of the WWE.
Well, I know, and that's how they debuted people at that point and pretended they never had a past at
Yeah.
all. I get it, but
Yeah, and you hated all that.
even
stuff.
then, I wanted him in a promo to say, "Here's how I became rich." He never
Right.
did. He was just
No.
rich.
Yeah. Well, he was supposed to be like old money, I think. I don't think he was
Yeah.
supposed to be someone who actually
Worked
worked for it.
Came from.
No, that he is. No, Ted DiBiase.
He
is
married
money trash.
his father married the unsinkable Molly Brown.
Yeah, Colorado's own baby.
Yeah. A Colorado legend.
Oh,
I went to
see,
that field
here's
trip
the,
as a kid.
the cheap finish right there.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, good.
Ted DiBiase is new money trash. Have you seen those shiny tuxedos he wears?
Right.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, he's
Awful.
new money pretending to be old money. I know those.
$1 million belt is a total new money move.
Yeah, exactly. Having to get it.
Holy
made.
shit! Boston almost ended it.
Referee failed to see what transpired there at the end. Failed.
Failed. Love it. There we go.
Oh, here we
Thanks to
go.
your own man. Get the snake and the cobra. Is this? He hasn't done it
No,
yet.
no, it's just
obviously,
Damien.
This is
it's still
Damien.
Damien.
He only had the Cobra on his.
Here we go.
Oh, Bruins win.
Oh, wow.
Bruins win. The
Hey.
Leafs are out.
Come on, though. I mean, we're
Just
watching
as the
this.
snake comes out, we saw it
Just
just
as
as
the
the
Bruins
snake
win.
gave it time
Just
with
as
the
the-
snake coming
Just
out.
as the-
That's so funny. Oh no, Virgil is the Maple Leafs.
There's your title.
Poor
for the-
snake.
for the-
You're
Oh,
right.
Marta?
There's the title.
Marta,
Virgil is the Maple
Marta,
Leafs.
you'd actually probably want to say poor snakes, given
Yeah, you're right.
his,
You're right.
his track record with these snakes at this time.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
The poor
no.
snakes. Cops don't know what to do. They're scared.
Yeah. Oh, you got that
He's just
bag?
trying to
Where'd the
chill.
bag go? Sully, find the bag.
He's just trying to chill out. And he's
out of
getting
here.
bounced around. Yeah, yeah. Escape. Be free.
And we never saw Damien again.
He's looking for Mowgli.
If somebody smuggles
Living
that
in
snake out,
the
get him
visitors'
away from
locker
Jake.
room of
The
the
Leafs
Boston
win,
Bruins,
man.
along with the rats.
Two Canadian teams remain, and they
Wow.
will face each other
And
in
they're
the second
facing each
round.
other.
There's
Well, that's
eight,
fun.
dude. There was like a family of Damiens that lived in the sewer system of the Boston Garden.
He befriended the Chuds.
Yeah. Yeah, there were no Ninja Turtles, but there were Teenage Mutant Ninja Snakes.
Damien and the Chuds. Boom, boom.
Yeah, Travis, at least we're not Toronto fans or Leafs fans.
Yeah.
They scored first, too. And Boston tied it a minute later. Ugh, just a little sliver of hope.
Mm.
Oh, here we go. Dino Bravo and Jim Powers? Is it?
No, that's
No.
Frenchie Martin, baby. We got a Frenchie Martin appearance.
here's how you
Hello.
can tell I am French.
Look closely. Can you tell I am French? You eagle-eyed viewers might be able to
God.
know my nationality.
Who
Good
is that?
Lord.
Could you tell
Jesus.
from my
he
smuck,
said-
my arty smuck?
I,
I'm an impressionist painter.
he has a baguette at ringside that he hits
Yeah.
the baby faces with.
It is
In
3
between
days old.
Frenchie.
Here we go. Nanette's Baguette is a great children's book. If any of you guys ever felt like having kids,
Have
and,
children?
Yes.
I think the
Nanette.
ship
It's a- it's
sailed
a-
on that one, pal.
It's the same guy who wrote "Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus." I can't remember what his name is. It's really good. Man, Leafs are out. Crazy. Oh yeah, Bruins forever, baby. They're watching on their phones. If you look closely, Joey and Sully aren't paying attention.
On their phones.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's we're
Time
time travelers.
traveling.
Where you been, Johnny? We're at every goddamn show, man.
It's canon.
Yeah.
I've been staring at this phone. I've been staring at this payphone for an hour. I ain't seen shit.
All right, you haven't
Who's
figured out.
Who's this guy, Kelly?
I don't know. I'm looking it up. I'm ashamed that I don't know.
I know
who
because
it
I
is.
kind of recognize.
He
him,
looked
but-
like he was dressed in a young stallion.
Yeah, it is. That's why I thought it was Jim Powers at first, but no. it's not.
he looks a little too old to be Jim Powers.
Yeah,
yeah.
no, it's
He looked like he kind of looked like a Hennig. Hey, where's Heenan going? He must be involved in the match
Oh,
later.
yeah,
Oh, with
yeah.
Rude,
getting ready
right?
for the Rude. Yeah.
Yeah.
This would have been right at the beginning of the Frenchie Martin Bravo
Craze that swept the
partner.
nation.
The Frenchie Martin craze.
Yeah, because
Do
the
the
new Dream
Frenchie!
Team were still going on at the Survivor Series.
Just
Frenchomania.
tons of fans showing up dressed like
It
Frenchie.
was a
Yes.
craze.
It was a
We
crazy
gotta-
time.
Yeah, when I was a little kid, I had a Halloween costume that was just a beret and then a smock with a picture of Frenchie on it.
Yep. I can't believe you found one. They sold out. They
They
were the
sold
Tickle
out
Me
quick,
Elmo.
You
but
couldn't
yeah.
get him in,
Of it.
dude. You couldn't get him in Jersey.
Was it Pasta scored too? Crazy. There we go. Mo Willems. Yeah, Mo Willems. Yeah. Thanks, Kevin. He works with kids a lot.
This guy's
And the
got
Duke. And the Duke just said, "LOL, Travis. I'm literally sitting next to the pigeon has to go to school. That his daughter borrowed from the library on the coffee table. You got like seriously. I'm not gonna talk. I'm not gonna come out here and talk about the magic of having a child and stuff. But I'm saying when you don't have a kid, you miss out on some like really great kid books. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mo Willems is the best. Nanette's Baguette. That's my kids book recommendation.
I get it, man. Dude, I've helped raise my nephew, but he's 13 now, so those days are gone where I'm reading books with him.
Yeah. Last time I babysat for Coco Harriet of the Coco Harriet Invitational, she had a pile of books.
She was a
and
terror, right? Just
she's a terror, but in the best way possible.
Yeah.
But she had a pile of books, and I asked which one she wanted to read, and she grabbed just a whole stack and slammed it onto my lap and said, "These read."
Hilarious.
I thought
We
you were
read
about to say head. I thought you were about to say head.
Yeah,
wrench.
she
Jesus
slammed.
Christ.
She broke them on my head.
Nice gut wrench.
Nice.
She's a
Books.
wrestling legacy kid, you know. She's
You know.
Jerry Allen.
Next thing you know, she's gonna be out there
Mystery
doing
wrestler.
2 punchlines.
yeah.
What can you tell me about
I can
Jerry?
see
Allen?
that.
I
the
don't
Coco
know.
Nora
Other
tag
than
team.
he's like on random. He was one of those guys that was never on the Saturday shows.
I'm sorry, what
Just-
was his name again?
Jerry Allen.
I know. I remember Jerry Allen.
Just he would always be on either the MSG shows or the Boston shows or the Spectrum, but not the Saturday shows. I don't think.
Kevin says Jerry Oski, who's
Jerry Oski.
I don't know who Oski is.
There was Steve O, who was Steve. What was he? Olenowski.
Steve O. Yeah, Steve Olenowski. So
Yeah.
they're like, too Polish. You're
I
Steve
massage
O.
the pectoral muscles. You are beautiful. Perhaps I could kiss you. No,
Nice, short and sweet win for
I love the
Dino.
monocle.
I know.
That classic French.
Yes,
Yes.
The classic French
that's
monocle.
what everyone thinks
Yeah.
of when you think of someone French as a monocle.
Just give him
Yeah.
more ethnic. That was just Vince. That was his notes.
Ethnic.
More ethnic.
Cartoonish.
Make them foreign.
Yes.
No, he said there's like, I want to have a goddamn monocle. Vince, that's not a French thing. I've seen Hogan's Heroes. Like, it's not,
Yes.
They were-
it's not a thing on Hogan's Heroes
Nazis.
either. Get the fuck out of my office.
Vince got the idea for this character when he had a line of Coke on his desk and said, "That looks like a baguette. We need a Frenchman."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you nailed it, Marta.
So Kevin says, yeah, Jerry Oski's the same guy. He had a great match with Macho Man somewhere in the Memphis territory.
That's right. And
And the Duke
That's
said
the same guy.
half the crowd in France in Lyons today had monocles.
Yeah,
By the way, dude, I
that's the
watched
cool
that.
new thing in France these days.
Dude, just real quick. She's digging it. She's digging Rick Rude, just like my ex-wife did.
My
Is
mom
he
liked
the
it.
reason?
Is for the ex, yeah. When he died, she was heartbroken, and the marriage was never the same. That's when the beginning of the end.
Because she couldn't just kind of squint a bit, and it was easy to recreate the same body, right?
A couple of Heinekens, a couple of Heinekens. I mean, I wasn't fat then, so I mean, squint a little bit, a couple of Heinekens, a bong or two.
And those shirts do look.
What is that shirt?
Those
It
tights
almost
took a little
matches his
tie dye.
Tights are
Those tights are
Killer.
fucking dope,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. He only wore these.
The
in
ladies
early,
love them.
oh,
the early
They did.
days.
the
of WWF.
Polaroids.
Dude, I'm not kidding. When I met
Our buddy
my-
Brad McNeil had an old. I think we've talked about this before, but Marta, I don't know if you know this. He had an old roommate who was gay and he knew he was gay because of Rick Rude.
Oh wow.
And so
That tracks.
so my brother and I, or my sister and I will always say that about my brother. Hey, Paul, isn't that how you found out you were gay? Is because of Rick Rude? Kevin says his last name is Lion. He needs to get a monocle too. You're right, buddy. Yeah, dude. What? Yeah, what a body. What a body.
Seriously.
So the story
Those
here, right,
traps.
Kelly, is because at this time, Rick Rude comes in, he's pushed hard as a heel, but he doesn't really get that heel run with Hogan that most did.
No,
right? This was
never
a
got.
rare one.
Yeah. So yeah, he came in.
It wasn't because Vince didn't think he was big enough.
I've heard different things, or one specific thing that pertains to this match. So yeah, they only had 2 singles matches ever, and they were on opposing sides in tag teams a couple times, a 6-man, and then a straight tag match. But they had this match. This is January 9th in Boston, and then 9 days later, January 18th, they had their second singles match in a little city known as Vancouver, British Columbia, at the
Oh,
Pacific Coliseum.
Just 5 blocks down the road from me.
Yeah, where the Canucks used to play on the Peony grounds. I was there for
Crazy.
a Franz Ferdinand Death Cab for Cutie concert in 2006.
Mhm.
That was the only time I was ever to Pacific.
I saw the Beastie Boys
Yeah, still operational.
and Weezer.
hey, hold on. I want to see what Heenan's got to say.
But it's interesting, yeah. Only 2 matches ever between these 2 like icons of 80s wrestling.
Okay, that's one of those weird facts because I'm a wrestling nerd that I knew, so I was excited to see this.
You think being the World Wrestling Federation champion that you're so big and so bad and so strong? Well, I'm going to tell you something you aren't aware of. This man right here, Ravishing Rick Rude, is not only the national but international arm wrestling champion. Why don't you get down?
Well, brother, I arm wrestle Andre the Giant.
Oh, come on.
I got
Over the top, brother.
And I know we keep going back to Boom, but if they really want to succeed, I want to see him thumb wrestle.
thumb wrestle. Exactly.
We had a thumb wrestling.
Dude,
spot.
Travis Williams and
Should do
Evan
one
Williams.
with the
Evan
table
Williams.
in the middle of the ring.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, you need the
Classic
table.
style.
If you're gonna do that and be that silly, you got to go cut the closet.
Yeah.
The
We gotta
table.
bring it. We
Someone's
gotta
got
pay
to
for
flip.
David. We gotta pay for David Manning's travel and hotel.
Yeah, I mean, it's dude, he's cheap now.
Yes, yes. But he's gonna start booking the show. All of a sudden, he's gonna go into business for himself.
He's got, he had a bit of a decent mind for the business. You never know. Just don't let him referee. That's all. I got Jimmy Hart.
Now we got Jimmy in the booth.
commentary.
Commentary.
It's awesome.
Interesting. That's very rare.
What a wild show, man.
Yeah. And Jimmy Hart managed Rick Rude in Memphis, right, Johnny?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Jimmy. Well, Jimmy
We
Hart.
are
Every,
I mean, he
family.
managed every heel, but yeah, he managed Rude when he's there.
yeah, Rude and Bundy were a tag team
Yeah.
in Memphis, and then they feuded. And
Rick Rude, Bundy, Jimmy.
Yeah, there's a great match between Lawler and Savage against Bundy and
yeah,
Rude.
and Rick Rude legitimately was an arm wrestling champion.
Yes.
that
Yep.
was for that.
Yeah.
Come on down here. Let's
The
talk about
swinging of the
girls.
legs.
So
Yeah.
brother, back before I found Jesus, brother,
Jeez, the most
Yeah,
recent one
God,
is really
I know.
this one time, brother, I was wrestling Ravishing Rick Rude in the garden in front of 56,000 people, and let me tell you something, brother. I went easy on him because he had this reputation as being, the arm wrestling champion. But have you seen these pythons, brother? I mean,
I
want to buy one of those.
alone.
I want to buy one of those Hogan Jesus shirts. I gotta have one.
Ugh.
I gotta have one.
What a Carney
Don't give that
motherfucker.
Wait
man
until
money.
wait until someone dies in it, and then just take it off their body.
Yeah.
Well, that's
That's
my
fine.
problem. I don't want to give him the money, but
You're gonna
there's-
wander into a room when you're doing extermination, and then there's your chance, pal.
Okay, but luckily I don't do homes, so
Okay, rats.
you know, I mean, or sadly, I don't know. Believe me, look, when I first started doing pest control, we did do residential. I only did a handful of them. Hated every bit of that because then we just went all businesses, and so I don't have to deal with people's fucking houses.
Kevin saying that Rude also had the valet Angel, who Lawler gave a
Yep,
pile
Lawler
driver
the pile
to,
driver,
Yeah.
yeah.
and blew the roof off the Mid-South Coliseum because that was okay then.
Well, the pile driver is also illegal in Memphis, so it was very
Right.
rare
Right.
to use.
But did you see the one Hogan Jesus shirt that it's like the symbol and it's a cross,
Yes,
it's
but
a
with
cross
double
with
H, I
double
know.
H's on it, and I'm
It's
like,
horrible.
and
Dude,
I'm like, I
Ugh.
gotta
Like
have it.
if you
I gotta
like,
have it.
but if
gotta
you were
have it.
like a legit legit Christian, like wouldn't that be kind of like, hey dude, come on, man?
Yeah,
hey,
a little
what are you
bit.
doing? What are you doing, pal?
Well, I like to consider myself a legit Christian who's also an atheist, if you catch my drift, because I'm like, this is how I was raised, and
Just
these
keeping
are the
your
beliefs-
ass covered.
These are
I
the
see what's
beliefs
going
I
on.
have, and I look at Hulk Hogan's Jesus symbol, and I'm like, that's the funniest thing I've ever fucking seen,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I want to wear it. I can't wear it out. I can wear it around the house.
Yes, it's like my Alberta. I have an Alberta Antifa shirt that I can't really wear other than camping. But it's like, because the A is like the A from the Alberta logo.
Yeah.
Kelly, that
Oh,
my
I
friend
expect you
said-
to be wearing that in a month. when we go
in a
camping.
month. Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. It's my kid's prom on that Friday, so I'm gonna
Dude,
be
you're
showing up
gonna-
at
yeah,
like
you're-
9.
You're gonna be out there camping, and you're gonna run into some fucking hillbilly motherfuckers also out there camping. They're gonna see that shirt, and it's gonna be like the new A24 movie. It's gonna be
Love it.
Possibly. You never know. As soon as you leave Abbotsford, all bets are off. It's pretty redneck.
I cannot overemphasize how much I love those fucking tights on Rick Rude.
Yeah.
they're
Clearly.
so good
Give it-
with the
give it-
sparkly boots.
That's,
the shiny
like-
boots.
Okay,
We got
given all the
tag Boogie. Boogie would look good in those. Boogie Knight is a wrestler.
Yeah, Boogie would look
Star-
good.
Fan of the show. Star
Like,
or
he
friend
get-
of the show. Sorry.
I mean, those are this far away from tie dye. I'm in love. That's fantastic.
It's great. This is like a Saturday Night's main event match.
So I'm trying to think what the reasons were. Like, there was the size thing, but also Rude didn't like put up with bullshit. And could
Well,
be
I
a
don't
little
know
stiff.
the size, because eventually him and Warrior have a feud, and when Warrior is the champ too.
You know, something with Hogan.
But there is a size difference with Hogan, but I don't think it was a deal breaker. Like Piper and Hogan feuded, and that wasn't a big deal.
Mm. Yeah, but you
Oh,
know,
oh,
Vince McMahon's
Orndorff
a
was
maniac
similar
on
in
that.
size. I know, but Orndorff was similar in size to
But remember, Rude was lean. You know, who knows what the old maniac was thinking?
Well,
Kevin says I have to be cast as myself in that A24 movie. By the way, Johnny.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah.
Dude,
Who else could do it?
Dude, I've read your first draft. Of course, you're going to play yourself. Jesus.
So we've got to get a black rose for the Duchess,
Ooh.
Marta.
Oh, yeah.
For her eye patch now, hey?
Oh yeah, that's a good call.
Mm-hmm.
Just putting it out there. Something, the sort of revenge that this new black. I mean, look, Black Mist is all I'm saying. Black Mist.
Oh, dude.
From a child.
You'd have no
Black
idea
Mist.
how long Kyle's been begging to get sprayed in the face by the Duchess since
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
It's like,
since,
well, good-
since
well,
the
then
company
great-
started.
Well, then great minds think alike, because dude, clearly, you know that I sit around and I fantasy book it in my head when I'm at work.
Yes.
Because dude, a lot of my work is just very repetitive out doing what I'm doing.
Hmm.
And so my mind's everywhere. And I've been booking either a heel turn for or something like that, but it all involves something about her going dark and misting somebody.
Dark Duchess.
Love it.
I think she needs like someone to paint on some
Nice.
like fake blood coming out of underneath
Yeah.
the new eye patch as well. Just to
Shout out again.
showcase.
Lindsay Hart did a great job on her eye, but Nora knew to she'd really hit it a lot, and I could tell Lindsay was kind of like, she's 10.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, she knew.
Oh man, it's like an IKEA chair, IKEA
I
patio
have that
chair.
on my patio, yeah.
So here is
Ooh.
that
Vanguard.
the reason I've heard
Oh,
or
is that he
not,
stiffed him with the chair?
that he recklessly hit him with a chair and Hogan complained.
Really?
But that didn't look too bad.
It didn't look too bad.
Kevin says we need a monocle for her other eye now. That's perfect.
She's
A
not only
monocle?
has she gone dark, but she's gone French.
Yeah, no, the eye patch and a monocle.
And eye
Just
patch
go-
and a monocle. That'd be perfect for
Yeah.
the heel turn eye patch and monocle combo.
She just puts the monocle in.
Boo!
It's the-
Just getting
dude,
boot like Dudley
it's the-
Heat, Dudley ECW.
Dudley ECW, and dude, and it gives her the perfect opportunity to be surprised a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just needs a champagne flute to hold with her.
Oh man,
Oh.
we were watching
That's what I call
in
it.
Sherry's dark side of the ring. There's this one moment where she makes a somewhat suggestive comment next to Mean Gene, and the way he drops the mic for a second and catches it is totally a Wild Eyes is going to use that very soon.
Oh, good.
Yeah, the second someone says something somewhat suggestive.
As long as it fits the Goonies barometer.
The Goonies barometer, dude, so funny, dude. The peek behind the curtain here. Max gave like kind of a intro speech the last two shows, just to kind of remind everybody that we kind of operate under the Goonies rule. Like if it's okay in the Goonies, it's okay for Boom kind of thing, which is pretty cool. Like you can say swear words.
So
but
he had to.
You just can't drop. You just can't drop.
He had to Bill Watts the roster and say, "Look, this is my goddamn vision, and you
Yeah.
fuckers are fucking it up
Yeah, pretty much.
with your dirty mouths."
It was more like there's kids here. Don't drop an F-bomb.
Yeah,
But
or as many, or try to avoid it. But in the middle of his match, who's going to be joining us on June 1st, Pesky, right before delivering a move, looked right at Max and said, "You don't see that in the Goonies."
That was so
Awesome.
I was standing by
So inside.
Harmful
I'll
Gina
see it in my
Harms.
pets.
That's
I was standing next
funny
to
as
Harmful
fuck,
Gina
dude.
Harms, our ring
Yeah.
announcer, when he said that.
Yeah.
And we both just lost
Dude,
it.
Yeah.
I've checked out a little bit of him. I get his whole vibe. I get his whole gimmick, and
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy's
Yeah.
great.
Oh
And-
yeah, and like such a great guy. Oh man,
I
imagine
love
Hogan,
Pesky
so much.
Hogan
Oh,
submits.
look at
Yeah, I've never seen Hogan in a backbreaker like that before.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe this is why. 'Cause
But Hogan goes to complain to Vince. He's like, the little dude picked me up and made me look stupid.
Is she an 88, man?
Oh, dude.
He's got no shirt on underneath. That's so funny. Is he wrestling later tonight? Maybe that's
Yeah, he used to, but
I
I,
know.
don't think at this
it.
point.
Not an 88 yet.
It's
No.
hot as
Unless
it's hot.
he's got to put
it's-
on a weasel
the
outfit.
weasel suit. Yeah,
It's hot as fucking the god. And
yeah. Well, but it was January.
Good call, Bobby. I need to I got several undershirts under this.
I'm going commando right now.
This is a pretty good match, though.
Yeah.
It's too bad they didn't have an extended program.
Yeah, this was, at this time, being a teenage fan, I was like, oh, I want to see these two guys fight, and it just didn't happen.
Total
Yeah.
E-Fed type stuff.
This is the only televised match
Defense.
they had. Boom.
And wow, I had classics on demand, and somehow I never watched this one.
That's awesome. Yeah, and this is like Hogan not sticking to the formula as much as he would at this time too.
It was just
He's gonna hit it here. Boom. 1,
you're
2, 3.
Just
Yeah.
just as he hits this finish.
Well, yeah,
There's the
but that wasn't a
formula.
big boot. But it wasn't a big boot before that. It wasn't a Hulk up. There wasn't an extended Hulk up session. That was really cool. It's an abnormality. I wonder if he rushed to the finish there because he was pissed
He
off.
didn't hit him with that chair. Hogan's, look at that. His forehead looks fine.
Yeah.
That's nonsense.
Old mangy
I'm not saying
dog.
you're
He's
not
just a
right,
baby.
Kelly. I'm saying.
I'm not saying.
I'm saying he
right
probably did.
either.
He probably did complain, but he
Yeah.
looks fine.
The way I heard it, I thought it was more like a shot from behind that Hogan didn't see coming. But that was
Look at that. I love
clearly-
that. I love that.
yeah.
I love that up on
Clearly
the sign.
faced.
Hogan's still champ.
Hogan's still champ. Titanic sinks.
Dewey beats Truman. Still a lot left here. Another
Yeah.
50 minutes. Great.
Oh
Your
yeah, this
typical-
one, the main events were in the
middle, yeah.
Yeah, because they could
Wow.
hype up the next card without spoiling the result
Mhm.
of the main event.
Yeah. That's my promise to you, boss. I'm never gonna make a Hogan emote.
Oh, Ted and Virgil
Oh,
are
nice.
in the ring.
Uh-oh. Hit him. Hit him. Hit him.
Well, you got the belt now, Ted. You can just leave with it. This is what you want.
No one escapes the Virgil full Nelson.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I'm not selling this bullshit full Nelson. Brother.
You're gonna hear a recording from me several years from now.
Did you see that fucking Rikishi just dropped a rap album and he did a diss track on Hogan?
That's funny.
That's
I
random.
saw someone post. He's like, if I had a nickel for every time an ex wrestler.
Oh wow,
Oh,
these
Hogan's
blading
Yeah.
post-match.
busted.
Ooh.
Crazy.
If I had a nickel for every time an ex wrestler has dissed Hulk Hogan in a rap,
I know.
I'd
Yeah,
have-
like,
I'd have two.
it's been done.
I'd have two, but still, that's weird.
Just Savage and Rikishi.
Be a
Savage
man,
and
Hulk.
Rikishi. Be a man.
Be a man, Hulk.
Be a man, Hulk. I used to play that when I used to do my internet radio show where I played songs. Be a Man Hulk was in my top 40 rotation.
Any of the strippers ever request be a man, Hulk? for
No,
one of their
dude,
songs?
I would have loved it. I would have loved it, but no. I did. I'll tell you what I did when I first started working at the strip club. The Brooke Hogan song that she did with some
Oh,
rap dude
God.
that did get some play was in the rotation for some of the girls, and I was too brand new to give my opinion about any of the music that they wanted to play. But
It was with
even
was it Paul Wall?
Paul
that she did
Wall.
it
It was
with?
Paul
Yeah,
Wall.
it was Paul Wall.
It was Paul Wall, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, it was gone in a month and a half. The girls got tired of it, but holy shit, I just kept like, I'm like, yeah, this is Hulk Hogan's daughter. I'm like, she's not very good, right? And they're like, no, the song's. I'm like, okay.
Hey, Hulk, you're the champ, man.
You're still the champ.
Well, we
Pretty
got
cool,
Yeah, that-
Strongbow
Yeah,
at ringside.
wearing a Bruno-like sweater.
Yeah.
It just flashed in my head that someday my daughter's music's gonna be played at a peeler joint in Colorado, brother.
I'll be there with dollar bills.
I gotta support my daughter. I was a regular at the bus. Dude, I was a regular at the bus stop before I
The
found
Lord,
Christ.
the Lord told me, dude.
I'm not gonna lie though, brother. I'm more a fan of Paris Hilton's Stars Are Blind, brother. Same category.
oh, I'm so stuffed.
I'm
so
loaded.
With the
I'm so
Lord.
bloated
I'm so
right now.
bloated. I'm
Yeah, of
bloated
course
by
he's
the Lord.
stuffed. That turkey is over basted and over baked. Done. He's gonna
You gotta
burst
take-
open like the
Take that
National Lampoon's
sausage,
Christmas
take that
Vacation
sausage
turkey.
off the spinner at that gas
It's done.
station.
It's done.
Full of nothing but dust in there.
Between you and me.
I want to
I'm a-
put some sauerkraut on you, my friend.
He looks delicious. That's what I'm saying.
Molson Golden.
Well,
Molson
Yeah,
Golden.
Molson Golden.
dude, nothing goes better.
Mm.
Nothing goes better. Nothing goes better with a barbecued Hulk than a nice
Lady
cold
back.
Molson.
Nice Molson.
Yeah,
Molson Golden.
a golden and a
Hey,
golden and a
fuck you, Cougar.
Come on, who needs Heenan? You
Heenan.
weasel! I made this myself.
That's pretty great. That's
That's
pretty
insane.
great.
You see that? Hilarious.
Incredible.
That's pretty great because that's homemade. That's pretty great.
A very well made homemade shirt too.
That's what I'm saying. It looked pretty good. I believe we have the jumping bomb.
Here we
Angels,
go.
right?
Yeah. So this is the
And-
Joshi I referenced
And it's
earlier.
got to be the Glamour Girls because that's the only people they wrestled, right?
That was the. I think there's maybe like one or two other teams that they briefly wrestled, but no, they this was a never-ending feud for about a year straight.
Yes. So this is at the point where I was definitely in and out and not that in, but I would still, even when I was out of wrestling, I still would go to the supermarket and pick up magazines and flip through them and read them for free because nobody was going to tell me I couldn't. And because I'm a badass like that. And
I mean, I did that when I was 6. It's pretty
Yeah,
tough.
yeah, me too.
well, you're a grown man reading the wrestling magazines at the supermarket. People tend to leave you alone. But I remembered that I had seen one of these matches because I still would tune into the MSG network because we had MSG.
Mhm.
I kind of think I saw one there, or I
Yeah,
saw,
yeah, they had an awesome match at MSG.
okay.
You know, if you
Is it-
add MSG to your Hulk Hogan and then let it kind of dry brine for a while, it adds a
Oh,
really
mm.
nice crisp bubbling to the skin when it bakes.
Oh my god, that sounds
I know.
delicious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm hungry now.
And
MSG
then
is a
I'll
little
bring
bit-
the coleslaw.
baking soda.
Yeah. The
We got the-
mustard. I'll put the mustard. Spread a little mustard on that hot dog. Yeah.
The rare women's tag team belts from this time.
I love someone wolf whistled the Glamour
Yeah.
Girls. That's fantastic. That was Leilani Kai, right?
Mm-hmm.
And who was the other one? Judy Martin.
Judy Martin is one of the great North American women's wrestlers of all time.
And
I love the
Leila-
little silver satchel for their earrings.
And the funny
But,
thing is, they look old as
jumping
fuck,
bond, and
but they
Angels,
were
right?
only in their 30s at this time.
Yeah, wrestling aged people really, really badly for a
Yeah,
very long
Moolah,
time.
Moolah aged these ladies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Moolah
Uh,
was the one who, sucked everything out of them.
Well, Leilani Kai, though, man, she's one of those names to me always still feels like a big deal because she was in
Mhm.
WrestleMania 1.
Mhm.
It was
Yeah.
huge. It was a big. She was in the Cyndi Lauper
Mhm.
universe and all that shit.
Yeah, she was Moolah's apprentice, kind
She
of.
was
I guess you
champion.
could say.
She
Yeah.
was the champion who Moolah got to beat Wendy Richter for the title,
Mhm.
and then Wendy Richter won it back at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And like I said, I went to WrestleMania 1 at closed circuit at Spectrum, and they had programs. God, I wish I still had this. And the programs had these great photo shoots for all the wrestlers. And Leilani Kai's, because she's supposed to be Hawaiian, was like kind of like on the set of a witch doctor movie.
Magnum
I don't know.
PI.
No.
There was like
No,
a,
it's
a
Vince.
stone-
Think more racist.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
a stone kettle, and a jungle
Mhm.
thing,
God.
but it
Oh,
looked
Jesus.
fucking cool. But it was a great shot. It looked fucking cool. It gave her more personality than she ever had was shown on television because Moolah sucked all the life out of every scene she was in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Moolah sucked the life out of every person she was nearby. To be fair,
Not Sherry.
Well,
not
every
Sherry,
woman,
man.
sorry,
That's right.
yeah.
Sherry didn't put up with her shit.
yeah,
Sher-
that's true. That's true.
Actually, apparently it was Moolah who kicked Sherry out because Sherry was partying too much.
Jeez.
But it benefited Sherry because then she, got a much better wrestling education.
Right.
She went
Yeah.
to Japan and
Oh, here we go.
No, we're going back. The
The
same
ones,
flashbacks.
same ones. Oh, come
National
on.
championship game.
No, that's a bummer.
Pistol Feed Maravich is dead.
Is still Pistol Pete Maravich is still dead.
Dies of a heart attack. They usually don't say how they died in the in memoriams, but
Throat slit.
A massive coronary event.
pancaked by dump truck driver.
It's so funny. I obviously can't do it on this show and wouldn't, but I do a pretty fair impression of what of Jimmy the Greek saying the shit that Jimmy the Greek said.
Ugh.
That's pretty. Because
Who are the Jumping Bomb Angels?
insane.
I don't know their names exactly. I don't want to butcher them or throw up something that isn't true. But
these two teams, yes, worked against each other a lot, right?
Oh yeah, pretty much exclusively. Like
I mean,
Johnny,
really an abnormality, right? Yeah.
Their names are Norio Tateno and Itsuki Yamazaki.
Thank you, Marta. Thank you.
And they were a thing. They think the magazines were
Oh,
raving
yeah.
about this. People were talking
Yep.
about have you seen these? Like, no, to be honest with you, I don't remember anyone praising the Glamour Girls. Everyone was just like, have you seen these Japanese
exactly.
lady wrestlers?
Yeah, because they were doing spots that the men weren't doing. It was way ahead of its time.
And they had a cool name.
Mhm.
The Jumping Bomb Angels sounded fucking badass.
Yeah. No, I totally remember. And they would show highlights of their matches from Japan on the Saturday TV as like introductory vignettes and stuff.
And Moolah fucked them out of there because she was like, "What the fuck is this?" And got fucking scared because like, look at this talent. Because Moolah had a way she wanted people to work.
Well, and Moolah had no control over the Japanese.
And no control over them.
Yeah.
And she did some sort of scheme or some sort of scheme she pulled on them. Like, they told them the wrong dates to be somewhere. Or
I think so. Something like that.
And then they got fed up and left.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
awesome.
It sucks because
they
got
cool.
over.
Ooh.
You know what? I bet that feels really good on the shoulders.
Yeah.
That does.
Can you crack my back for me?
Like that? Oh man, I'd kill for that.
Kevin really wants to hear Johnny's Jimmy the Greek, but nice job changing the subject. We'll save it for the Patreon.
Let me just finish the thought because they mocked that on Howard Stern for a long time. And I was listening to impressions. It's like you always know the impression you do is someone else's impression. That fucking thing. So
that's like me doing John Travolta is like Dana Carvey doing John Travolta.
Right.
It's like so weird.
It's like nobody's Ed Sullivan was actually Ed Sullivan. They were all doing John Biner. Hey, a call. There's a call coming in.
The call's coming from.
We're taking call. Travis, are we taking callers now?
Jay from Lansing, Michigan. You're on the air. Go.
What's the 410 area code?
I'm not a big fan of all of these chicks on here wrestling. It's making my son feel weird.
Just remind him that they hate each other.
I don't think this is very Christ-like to show these ladies out here all in their skivvies.
I like that they have the Celtics Knicks score up on the marquee.
Yeah,
so you know, in Boston,
no one's watching this match.
And all the banners up there in Boston.
One of the Boston Garden was one of the only places that the Dead played on the regular that I never went to. It just never worked out when I would do tour that I was going to hit Boston. And all I ever hear about was like kind of a pain in the ass.
Well, in the summers it was so hot. They had no air conditioning. The visitors' locker room had nails to hang your clothes on. Like it was so...
I'd hear stories from Deadheads to be like, dude, it's uncomfortable in there, especially at a Dead show. Everyone dancing around, sweating. Ugh.
Yeah.
Leilani Kai, not a natural blonde. Didn't have, you knew that.
The Jumping Bomb Angels, however, both natural blondes.
Really?
Unexpected. You wouldn't know.
It's like when they cast Kirsten Dunst as Mary Jane and Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy. It's like you're getting everything all mixed up.
Yes, that's very true.
I saw an interview with Kirsten Dunst recently where apparently one of her kids is like super into the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, but does not process that that's his mom because she's got red hair in the movie.
Aw, super
It's
cute.
very
I was
cute.
like, okay. He's like, well, there's another scene in that movie that maybe he shouldn't be watching his mom. I don't know. He's like, that scene in the rain, like, hello, hi, mom.
It's true. I mean, it's not like it's graphic.
It's imprinted on my mind, and I was in my fucking 30s when I saw it. I should have known better.
And full of hair again. That's an illegal move. Tag made.
Hair, they got the hair.
Hair.
Yeah, choke, crap, choke.
Over for the cover. Very nonchalant cover.
Yeah. If you remember what that guy looked like, he'd be a great puppet to just pop in every now and then.
He was like
Hair.
George Burns. Who's that?
Totally.
That's all I
He
need.
was
That's
fucking
all I need.
ancient.
That's all I need. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go down to the arts and crafts store.
Or like the guy from Up.
Yeah. Or Junior Soprano. from The
Yes,
Sopranos.
totally.
Well, she made it over to her corner, but her partner was not there. Unable to make the
Everybody's
tag.
getting a lot of time tonight.
Put a trans-
Mhm.
Which was the style,
Except for-
obviously.
Dino and Jerry Allen.
Yes.
the mentality they have.
These guys, I mean, this match has been good, but they have a rematch a couple months later in Boston. That's really awesome.
Over the top rope.
That Marty, Sleaze, and I discussed on Tag Teams Back Again. I don't think we watched this match.
What
Ugh,
do you
those
call that
nice.
match? Yeah,
Yeah, Marty, I think, gave it 4 3/4 stars. Like a
crazy.
ridiculous overrating,
The deadly corral.
as he was wont to do back then.
Hmm.
Or maybe he still is. I think he still is.
Thing they used for years. Second turnbuckle.
We got to get Marty on. We
I
still
know. I've
haven't
been trying
got him.
forever. Yeah.
I
yeah.
know he's the hardest guy to nail down. He's married to a Quebecois lady.
Hmm.
They went to Japan, went to wrestling shows
History made here in Beantown.
for their honeymoon.
Setting her up. Irish whipping. Whoa, what an elbow. That'll make your
Trying to convince my husband we're going on our honeymoon in a couple weeks because even though we got married 5 years ago, and there's a wrestling show in the Netherlands when we're there, and I'm
Oh,
trying to
really?
convince him to go,
In
but he's
the
like, "Oh, it's gonna feel like work." I don't know. I'm like, "No, we gotta see international wrestling." He says that like he does anything for Boom except for show up to shows and get my drink tickets. So like,
That's
He had a really
hilarious.
funny line. He had a really funny line. I saw it when he came early last time about, boy, the ring looks really nice today. It'd be a shame if somebody with half a beer in him and threw his half-eaten falafel into the ring.
oh yeah,
as he was enjoying it. It's
Ooh.
happy eaten donair.
yeah,
So funny. So funny.
yeah. He
Oh,
loves to just
wow.
roll up to those shows with a
That
donair
was
in
a
his hand.
great, I mean, Judy Martin is awesome. That front suplex she just gave was great.
Hmm.
But the Jumping Bomb Angels would win the tag belts at the first Royal Rumble only a few days after this in Hamilton.
Hmm.
Ladies tag team.
Glamour girls.
It's funny that Jimmy Hart was their manager.
Yeah. The Duke giving love to superstar sleaze.
Oh, he's a good PWO.
He's an extreme fan.
Right.
I know that. I know he did it's weird how he's younger than us, but he likes music.
Oh, he loves the 80s metal bands. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like next to other than wrestling, that's his life's obsession, life's passion.
And doesn't he like? No, he likes Days of Our Lives as well, doesn't he?
General Hospital is his
General
favorite.
Hospital. That's
I think he watches all of them though. Like
That's
this
funny.
he's crazy. He's a scientist. He lives in just outside of Boston. Married to a woman from Quebec.
That's a great shot.
Yeah, we got to get Marty on one of these.
Hmm.
There we go. The dream team explodes.
Wow.
This is when
And he's
Brutus
full-on
still had
barber.
the full-on barber jacket or whatever you call it. Coat.
Yeah.
Don't want to get hair on me.
Oh,
It's funny, Valentine. Yeah, he never lost a hair versus hair match.
What's he got? Found this cup on the way.
styrofoam cup. Oh no, it's a piece of paper rolled up.
Yeah.
He's mocking
scissors
Jimmy
in his
Hart,
pocket.
I guess. Barber.
Megaphone that the barbers got, Bobby? Yeah, that's that new megaphone put out by the World Wrestling Federation to outshout the mouth.
Outshout the
Oh,
mouth.
my God.
I never heard of that.
No, neither have I.
I don't think it really took off.
No.
Oh, the summer of or no, this was
The
January,
winter of
right?
'88.
Yeah. 88. I'll tell you, Santa's gonna be really happy if you
Under the tree this year is outshout the mouth.
no,
it'd be in- Stocking stuff.
Yeah.
You could see those like cheesy commercials.
Johnny
they
in
would do.
the Johnny in the chat says he has a case of those in the crawl space.
Like the case of OPG Gretzky rookie cards they found in the attic in Saskatchewan.
Really?
Oh, you didn't hear about that?
No.
Yeah. And they put them on auction and sold them for, I don't know, like 3 million, but then the guy backed out. Motherfucker.
Really? Was this recently?
Yeah, it was just like a month or two ago.
The
have a
microphone
mic-
into the little paper
Yeah.
thing is so funny.
Trying to create like a strokes
what-
kind of
yeah.
sound.
He's trying to go into
that party.
I was thinking like a 1920s, like,
Yes, yes.
what do you say, fellas? Let's have a fight.
Our dream team's exploding tonight.
That's when the Boston Garden opened. They would have had wrestling back in the 20s there, probably.
There's that. Wow, there's that face plant trademark. Heenan's back. Fountain of misinformation.
It's funny, as a WWF fan in the 80s, did you think when Flair came in that he was just ripping off Valentine spots? Like the flop and the figure four,
I guess
blonde
not.
hair.
No, I mean, like I knew Flair was already like a name.
Yeah. But it's funny because Valentine had established all this stuff for years. If you were just like a WWF exclusive fan.
Mm-hmm. Jack Tunney investigating everyone.
Yes, he has been on my case. I think he should look into that sleeper hold. It's a choke. From every angle.
Joke! It's a joke!
Atomic drop, nailed the hammer with
Greg Valentine selling atomic drops.
I think that Brutus probably would have been better off to start this match at a little slower pace. You know, it takes the hammer a good 10 to 15 minutes before he gets going. And the longer
This
you pile
how many matches did they have against each other?
Oh, quite a few.
Yeah, probably, right?
But back then there was only, there was WrestleMania, Survivor. There wasn't all the pay-per-views, so they didn't really have like a definitive match.
Right.
It only took Monsoon 2 minutes to go. The hammer he needs 10 minutes to warm up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Brain.
He's a threat to Hogan's title too. Doesn't look too threatening right now, does he? Only a matter of time.
But yeah, I mean, he gave Johnny Valiant like a sort of a haircut, shave on the sides, but he never touched Valentine's hair, as far as I know.
Greg Valentine was a real tantric wrestler.
Wrestler.
He's edging his way through the competition.
Oh, there's the railing, that sweet rail.
Yeah.
I spend it. You'll have to give the money back. I hope you're not spending too much of it. I don't give the money back. It was a deal. Signed, sealed, delivered.
Man, that pole looks nasty. Like I would be using that every match.
Look at
That
those
railing.
those terrible tights.
Yeah, these
Cool.
are
Cool
some
as
of
they
the
get.
worst beefcake tights. Gray.
Yeah.
What a waste.
I mean, the gray's bad enough, but still, the whole like
You didn't like
the
the cut.
fishnet, the torn apart fishnet shit. I hated. It looked terrible. It looked terrible.
I thought that it was cool when I was.
Yeah,
I
did
know
too
you
at
thought
the
it
time.
was cool.
Yeah,
I
but
liked
that
them more,
designer-
not along the full sides. Those weren't as cool as the one where they were just kind of
Yeah.
random.
Kelly liked the rare ones he had where the tear was right in the front.
Yes.
Oh,
The problem is the tear looks too clean.
That's when I
You
knew
gotta
it
make it
was.
look real.
Yeah.
Just much like Rick Rude and the other dude. That's when you knew, Kelly.
I didn't need
Yes.
Rick Rude. I just needed the barber.
The brute tie.
Cut my
Brutai.
hair. Cut my
Cut
brother.
my
Boy,
hair all
hey,
off.
if you look closely, I think you can
Shave
see his
me.
balls there, Sully.
He's the booty. Oh,
Booty.
The booty man.
That
The
was
booty
the absolute peak.
Kill yourself. I gotta watch that Dark Side. I considered that. That's a Dark Side of the Ring on him, right?
I was watching.
But you said
Raw
that Chris
night.
Colt one is good, Kelly.
It's amazing. Because what a story! Like
I'm
someone
glad we
needs
watched
to write
Sherry
a book
though.
about him.
Nora really liked it.
You should watch the Chris Colt one with Nora.
Maybe not.
Yeah, don't.
I didn't want to watch the Ryan Adams one with her,
Or the Chris Adams.
or Chris Adams, pardon me.
Brian Adams.
Ryan Adams.
The dark side of the summer of '69.
Well, I
Dark
mean,
Side of the Crush. Dark Side
Brian
of Crush,
Adams
yeah,
was
yeah.
pretty dark, wasn't it?
Am I dark enough for you,
Drug,
brother? He's calling up
Oh, he
Jericho.
died.
He did die, didn't he?
Super
Yeah.
young. Yeah.
his estate.
Right before Ben, I believe.
He got arrested once for smuggling weapons and drugs.
Yes. In
Served
Hawaii.
a little bit of in Hawaii. Served a little bit of time, and Vince brought him in as an ex-con.
And they
Yeah.
totally did a shoot on him at that time.
Yeah.
But that was when they were really desperate and they were doing all
It
kinds
was
of
it
stupid
was right before
shit.
because then he
Joined
Savio
the biker
Vega.
gang.
No,
Yeah.
he and Savio
Yeah,
Vega
right.
became the original Nation of
Right,
Domination.
that's right.
Hmm.
And then they
Farouk.
split off into different gangs.
And then they split off, and the Nation became, a militant black organization.
Right,
and
right,
They
right.
were the bikers, and they
Los
were the
Boricuas and
DOA, right? Yeah, yeah.
DOA.
There's a real
Yeah, and that
West Side.
was
It was like a real West Side Story thing going on.
West
over
Side
there.
Story meets Paper Rock Scissors.
Mhm.
I remember that was really it was really hot.
needed another gang.
Yeah. That was blowing up when Canadian Stampede
Yes.
happened.
Yeah.
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 Gang wars.
Summer of '97.
The bikers are the
Speaking of Brian Adams, like in the summer of '97, Owen's getting the pin.
Oh,
Nice. Hey, this is crazy.
it's a joke. But every heel commentator had to say.
Greg Valentine's a handsome man, isn't he?
No, he is not.
He always reminds me of Littleface from Dick Tracy.
Little face, yes. He said that like one of the first Titans we ever did together. Little face Finney. He would have been better than the weird makeup job they did.
I was
for the
just about to
Littleface
say-
character.
No, the problem with that one was because they did a close up on it, and so like, does this guy have a giant head? And a
Yeah,
regular
see,
face?
that was the exactly. It was
And,
like
and
he
they
had
should
like
have had a long
pumpkin.
shot with the little face.
This is from the Warren Beatty.
Yeah.
Little face
Yeah.
makes an
Right
appearance.
at
I
the
can't remember.
beginning,
Oh,
they're
dude,
playing
every
cards,
villain. Okay,
Yeah.
number one,
and they all
I
get
am
killed by flat top.
I am the unapologetic biggest fan of that movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Words
I'm
and all.
right up there. I think
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
I
I'm sure
watched
you
it
are
a
too.
lot.
But they
I remember as a teenager, I watched a lot of Madonna's scenes specifically.
yeah. But I remember one of my criticism was like they've just used every single villain
Is this
and
another
killed them
count out?
all.
Yeah, killed them all.
Killed
Another
them
count
all.
out. Yeah.
I was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
how are
that's
they
like
going to do a sequel? How are they gonna
Transformers
do
the
a
movie.
sequel?
Transformers the movie. when
Well, they
killed
only
off-
had the 40s villains in the movie. They
Yeah.
actually, there was like a ton of villains they could have kept using if they
Yeah,
wanted
but
to.
This is a crazy match.
Not as
man.
well
And
known.
this is
maybe,
another.
yeah.
Look at that, Jimmy. Yeah.
there we go.
But let's fuck this guy up.
Let's cut Brutus's fucking ass. Yeah,
Grabbing his scissors.
good.
Stab that son of a bitch.
So Kelly, you were kind of I'm gonna cut your fucking throat, Beefcake. You and your stupid. Yeah, I'm gonna make your throat match you. Your throats are gonna match your tights.
This is pretty good.
Yeah,
They should have went further with this.
I
feud.
know.
Oh,
Just-
God. Oh, he just stabbed the hammer.
double shiv,
Stabbed
double
the hammer.
shiv,
Gee,
prison style.
This is an episode of Oz.
Oh yeah, Jimmy's hair was always
Oh
fair
man, yeah,
game.
that's how they get away with it.
These stairs look great.
Oh wow, what craftsmanship!
That was maybe the best Barber Valentine match on tape, or that I've seen.
It's nuts. Those very same Boston Gardens celebrating tonight.
That's something because Beefcake stinks.
Well, no, it's
Oh
not
no,
the
it's
same.
not the
Boston
same. You're right.
Garden.
Yeah, right. You're right. What am I talking
It's
about?
the what is it called now? TD Garden.
Yeah, TD Guards. We gotta get Pete on Pete Winston.
Oh,
Yes.
yes. Pete
Okay.
Schumacher again? Really?
See if we can wake him up. It's the last match, and we finish.
No, big
Again,
tag
Conch.
match.
Oh boy.
Tag title match.
Marta, we had the last show was supposed to be a reunion of me, Kelly, Pete, with Travis, do a reunion of the podcast where we all where the three of us had met, and
Yeah.
Kelly couldn't be there because the power went out, and we got. I think you've experienced this. We got had just come home from a party, Pete.
Oh yeah. We once got, where's Pete? Oh, he's asleep.
See, yeah. he was
Oh
asleep
no,
for a
we
good
had
chunk.
dude, he fell asleep, and then we seriously kind of maybe thought he died.
Oh
on
wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Here we go.
Dude,
Oh,
Strike Force.
girls in cars. Strike Force was the champs of this. See, this is when I was like so huge. So this must have been the rubber match after they had lost. Crazy. Yeah, man, I can remember when they beat when they beat the Hart Foundation for the tag belts, and I was going crazy. I was 10 years old, or 10 or 11, because it was close. So this would have been the return. I would have been 11 at this time, because it was November of '87. Kelly's always corrected me because Bad Company had won the tag belts.
The band?
No. Bruce Hart and Brian Pillman on Stampede
Paul
Wrestling. I thought it
Paul
was
Rogers wrestled.
Yes. But I thought it was on the same day, and I remember I had to go out and get wood. Like I always had to go gather
did
wood
ya?
for. Yeah, all right. I had to go gather wood for my family's fireplace and just stack a bunch up. And normally I hated it, but I was like so excited. I'm so excited to go and get wood, Johnny, because
Because you got to see Strike Force in their little
Strike
pants.
Force beat because Strike
you
Force
got wood.
beat the Hart Foundation.
I did because I was my age. I mean, and that's a wonderful story. Dude, that could have been on Little House on the Prairie, Travis. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Uh,
Slurry speech, Pete, says the Duke. Yeah. I wish-
Sleepy Pete.
And
oh,
Locke saying, I still wish I could have laid the Russian flag on top of his sleeping body. Says Kevin.
and also I want to give a shout out again to Kevin for being the man
Yeah.
coming through at the last minute and being awesome and helping hold that wild show all together. Especially his acceptance of the new recurring character. He had so many questions for him.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep next time he shows up. I'm gonna keep asking him specific questions about his opinions that are well documented. So get ready for that, pal.
You know, he's also going to make it very clear that he is not he is not his inspiration. There'll be lots of hints. All right. That's always going to be his excuse. Not me. That's an understated outfit on the Mouth of the South. There, I mean, I like it.
They're going to keep it up tempo. They want to keep it. They're after the championship of the world. All Strikeforce has to do.
Doughy. This is like the transformation of Brett from doughy to jacked.
I was thinking the same thing. Chubby cheeks at this time.
What was it? I remember that from Brett's book. First time he saw Vince, like backstage when he first got up there, he introduced himself and Vince looks at his body. He was like, "I like my wrestlers tanning in the gym," and like walked the fuck away from him. Like that. And he's like, "Oh,
pretty much." Yeah, Vince. Yeah, didn't think too much of him for quite a while.
Well, that was it. The Bulldogs got pushed right away.
Mm-hmm.
They were amazing, but it took the Hart Foundation a little bit longer.
Well, it was only because of
Brett specifically.
Dynamite getting hurt that they got the belt.
Right, but they were considered a top act by that time.
Mm.
In our eyes, they were.
Yeah,
they
lost almost every match. I think Vince even wanted Sheik and Volkov to get the belts.
You know, you're right. You're absolutely right.
And Dynamite said, "Yeah, I'm not dropping it to anyone other than the Harts."
I was like, from me and Danzo's point of view, watching, we're like, okay, they've got Jimmy Hart, they've got a name.
Mm-hmm.
They're not just Bret Hart and Jim Neidhart. They've got a cool name, the Hart Foundation. Like,
yeah,
in our teenage eyes, these guys were stars.
The pink was hip at that time too.
Oh yeah, me and Danzo just draped in it.
I had pink Converse. They were cool.
Well, in the islands we have different rules. You do, huh?
But no, the story of Bret getting from where he began and to where he got to in WWF is a interesting one because he had to go from almost the bottom right to the top.
Yeah, I mean, pretty soon on an upcoming show, right, we're going to be able to hear from Bret about lots of opinions of his
That's
career.
The next time James comes back, because James low-key dropped James Hamilton, amazing actor, friend, best buddy of the show.
Yep.
Dropped a low-key amazing Bret Hart impression, and he's told me I've told him this, and he's been doing it around the house, and his wife loves it now too. Because Canadians are very familiar with Bret's voice.
Dude, it was one of those things that I didn't hear while we were recording the show, and when I listened back to pick the title, I caught it because it was in the middle of like three people talking, and it was hilarious and it was dead on. It was
I can't wait.
So good.
Yeah, I can't wait. I know he's been practicing it.
He can just be old man Bret in character for the whole episode.
Dude, I'm gonna make him a puppet and send it to him.
Well, yeah. Got old man Bruno. Got to have old man Bret.
No, this is gonna be 70s Bruno.
70s.
Yeah, he's got his.
You're right. 1980 Bruno.
He's gonna have his. He's got his hair. He's got his dandelion cocktail. I've got it all figured out for the Bruno puppet.
This is pretty rad too. For your last match of the night.
No mats at the Boston Garden.
Yeah, but he was dropped. He was dropping
They
very
take away the
softly there.
aesthetic.
You gotta have the yellow.
Yeah.
They
this was
totally
green
throw
screen.
it off. Those stairs wouldn't look as majestic.
Mhm.
It looks like it's made out of cheese.
Yes.
It's the
Start chewing
Bruins coloring.
right.
The parquet floor underneath with all those championships for the Celtics.
Uh-huh.
At this time,
And
there
that
was
Cheers
this was
episode that we've
Larry
talked about
Bird
more than once.
era. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Which one? We've talked about a lot of different
Oh,
chairs.
where they were looking at the
at the floor.
floorboards.
Kevin McHale can't play because he's obsessed with how many screws are in the floor.
Right. Yeah.
Kevin talking. He loves Tito adding a little lightning bolt to the little sombrero,
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
and then the
The
maple
Canadian
leaf
flag
for Martel.
Martel.
I honestly, I thought the name Strike Force was fucking hokey and stupid.
Because you were 10 years old.
Exactly. Exactly.
You had aged
I mean,
out at this
I'm
point.
35 years old and I think it's cool as hell. So
Yeah.
I think we need more names like Strike Force in wrestling.
It's okay. It's fine. I mean, I
The
get
Laser
it.
Boys.
We do. The Laser
That's a
Boys.
Laser Boys. It's a good title for tonight's
Buff
show.
babies.
Laser Tron was a wrestler. In
Yeah, there was Laser
1987.
Tron.
Oh, okay.
in the 80s. He was an alien / Remember when Laser Tag first?
Yes.
Yeah. Dusty Rhodes got inspired by probably a show about UFOs and laser tag and created Lathatron. And
Was there ever a
masked
tag
wrestler.
team called Youngblood? It seems like it would be
Sure, there was something
like
similar
around
to
that
it.
time. Yeah.
The Young Breed. No, there was the New Breed.
The new breed.
The
And
New
they
Breed who were
the
from the future. They were from the
Yeah.
future, and I loved them. They were like-
2002.
Yeah,
Whoa.
from a future where Dusty Rhodes was the president
And
of
he
the
was the
United
president.
States.
All right. The Duke had Strike Force, Rick Martel, LJN figure. Fuck, if I could get. Are there
I get
LJN
it.
Strike
I get it.
Forces? I'd get.
Yeah,
the
there
two of those.
are. Yes.
That's
Yeah.
dope. And John Cena's movie with Jackie Chan was Hidden Strike.
There you go.
Hidden Strike.
Sounds
I
like
had no
a
idea
Steven
Cena did a
Seagal.
movie with Jackie Chan.
When did that come?
I'd say Jackie Chan did a movie with John Cena.
Maybe at this point.
Yeah. No, come on.
He's
We'll
great
see
as,
when it
as
came out.
Peacemaker.
It came
that's
out
for
last year,
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
apparently.
sure.
So yeah, it
Wow.
was Jackie Chan doing a movie with John Cena. I was gonna say if it was the 90s, like
Yeah.
No.
But
I was
it
about to
was
say, I was like, I
really
didn't know Jackie Chan still made movies.
he sure does.
Good for him.
I think he just
Yeah.
sings karaoke through the whole thing. But yeah.
I mean, does he,
He's in the,
he's got to be
he's
in
in
his
the
60s.
Nakamura, like the Nakamura retirement plan type thing.
Does
The
he have that
Japanese
Tom
have figured
Cruise?
it out.
Does he have the Tom Cruise death wish too? And he's 65, still doing all his own stunts.
Right.
Probably.
Yeah. Kevin said, Jackie was old in Rush Hour, for goodness sake.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jackie Chan is 70 years old.
70. Geez.
Yeah.
Pete. This show, man.
Oh, that's why she's always muted because of the dogs.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude.
I'm sorry.
You know he's
Shins.
digging deep when he's bringing up that old chestnut. Hilarious. La Bamba.
Bamba.
I was
Reference.
watching a Twitch stream with some old wrestling on it. You couldn't get away with that now.
La Bamba, you mean from the Max Weinberg 7?
You just can't be funny anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what a dink. What a loser, man.
I know.
And I hear the
Honestly.
Pop-Tarts movie is
I heard it
fucking
stinks.
garbage.
I heard it
good,
stinks.
good,
Stinker.
good.
Here's the thing. I'm never not going to love the TV show, but
Oh,
I knew
yeah,
from
of
a
course.
long time ago, I'm like, he's a fucking asshole.
Yeah,
But-
yeah. The comedian in Cars Getting Coffee was always kind of like him really kind of stroking his own ego and stuff.
Dude, he was
Even the
dating
good
a
ones.
fucking 17-year-old.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I was like,
Oh
that's
yeah,
not
that
right.
whole thing. Yeah, I like how everyone's like,
That was
Yeah,
totally
no.
okay in the 90s.
right. The Polanski rule.
Yeah, it got to a point where you could kind of tell, like, oh, Larry David was the brains behind why Seinfeld was such
Well,
a
it's great because
Yeah.
because like from just a public persona and on screen thing, like Jerry seems like a great, funny, nice guy, and Larry must be the big curmudgeon. Like, well, maybe everyone actually likes Larry, and
Yeah,
Jerry's
yeah.
a fucking scumbag.
And that's the other thing
Yeah.
too, is like Larry does stuff that is like super raunchy and stuff that would, you know,
You can't be funny anymore.
you know what I mean?
Granted,
Like that
I
would be
was just
considered.
on the series finale of my friend's very funny show.
I didn't see the finale. It's the only one we haven't
I
watched
did.
yet.
I watched it with Danzo. He
Cool.
watched it right after WrestleMania night too.
Cool.
I was just at a local flea market today, and somebody was selling a painting that was just like 3 different versions of Larry David's head.
Awesome.
Real close to buying it.
It's now hanging in what
The
part of your
Louvre.
house? Oh, okay,
Yes.
the Louvre. You
The
had to send
bag.
there.
Yeah,
Wow.
Frenchie took it there.
How much did dude? How much did that cost? So you didn't have to pay shipping.
Yeah.
But, don't worry, I got this. I can fit it in my carry-on.
She
Yeah,
just,
he put it in his monocle case, and then he wore the monocle on the plane. It's a really smart way to consolidate
It's
space when you're doing carry-on.
easy.
she just
No
went down to the
problem.
she went down to the airport and just looked for monocles
Ooh.
Yeah,
and berets, and then
There it is.
there
One,
was
two,
a
three.
trail of monocles that have been
Oh,
dropped
shit.
because a lot of shocking statements were being made.
Wow.
He's got him in like a he's got a stack of them in a pog container.
Yeah.
Oh, that was shocking.
Oh, DQ. Gotta be a DQ.
yeah, DQ.
They eventually do a cage match in Boston.
Really?
And it's Strike Force and Randy Savage against Hart Foundation and Honky Tonk Man. It's really cool.
So I guess that would be the blow
I've seen
off.
that match.
That's the blow off, yeah.
Yeah.
It's right before WrestleMania.
Friend of the show,
There you go.
Tito Santana.
Yeah. So Jackie Chan and the Hulkster are the same age, the Duke is telling us.
That's right.
Let me tell you something, brother. You know, I'm the one that
Yeah,
turned
sorry, here we
Jackie
go.
Chan into the
I
Lord.
made him the drunken master. Dude. Girls in Cars, dude. I wrote that song start to finish.
I remember that day on that terrible Golgotha, looking at my Lord.
Golgotha. What is the Golgotha?
That's where Jesus was.
Okay,
It's the
thanks.
Golgotha is the name
Thanks,
of the hill.
guys. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
Name of the hill where
All right.
our Lord and Savior was crucified. Right.
Oh, good. Well, we got a minute left, so if you could fill me in with the rest another time. Thanks, Marta. You're the best.
Yeah, Martin,
Thanks for
thank
having
you
me.
so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, always fun. Always the best. We got a really great card tonight, and
Yeah, this is
a lot
fun.
of stuff.
And we
beforehand.
there's more to come because we're
Yeah.
gonna be recording for the Patreon. So
Yeah,
remember, everyone out there in YouTube land, $5 a month. We've got a whole catalog of all kinds of great, cool footage, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah,
and
Johnny
once
found
again-
something. Johnny found something for you, Marta, that you
Yes,
had
I
mentioned.
did.
In,
Dude, I have
previous stuff.
I have a long memory.
Yeah,
And you know, it's $5 a month for the price of a cup, like Sally Struthers used to say, for the price of
beer.
a cup of coffee.
or one
could
of your
help,
beers.
You could help Travis pay for Bonesy's braces.
The Duchess needs a new eye patch.
Yes.
I like
got
you
it,
could
money.
charge max for that shit.
Yeah, I
They're
like that it
expensive.
signed away for a second. Like you can
Those
tell.
those eye
He's still
patches. Are
pissed
real-
off. He's still pissed off that Bobby didn't wear a shirt. Boston Gorilla, what do you think?
I can't wait for that book to come out.
Yes.
Brian
Solomon.
Yeah, the gorilla biography.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're gonna
Thanks
say
for watching,
the arch.
everybody. Patreon, $5. Do it now.
I thought you were gonna say the Archduchess was gonna do a tell-all.
Oh, that's coming down the road.